clothes boys are all in the porn to be rollicking randy dandy, oh. Heave a pole, heave away, way, hey, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cable's all stored to be rollicking randy dandy, oh. Soon we'll be warping her out through the locks, way, hey, roll and go, where the pretty young girls all come down in their frocks to be rollicking randy dandy, oh. Heave a pole, heave away, hey, hey, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cable's all stored to be rollicking randy dandy, oh. Come breast the bars, bullies, heave her away, way, hey, roll and go. Soon we'll be rolling her down through the bay to be rollicking randy dandy, oh. Heave a pole, heave away, way, hey, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cable's all stored to be rollicking randy dandy, oh.
In Amsterdam there lived a maid, mark well what I do say. In Amsterdam there lives a maid, and she was mistress of her trade. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. I asked this maid to take a walk, mark well what I do say. I asked this maid out for a walk, that we might have some private talk. I go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. Then a great big Dutchman rammed my bow, mark well what I do say. For a great big Dutchman rammed my bow and said, young man, this is mein Frau. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. Then take fair warning, boys, from me, mark well what I do say. So take a warning, boys, from me, with other men's wives don't make too free. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid.
I thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Tomorrow ye will get your pay, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Oh, the wind was foul and the sea ran high. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. She shipped it green and none went by, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. I hate to sail on this rotten tub. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. No grog allowed and rotten grub, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. We swear by rote for want of more. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. But now we're through, so we'll go on shore, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her.
Whiskey's the life of man. Whiskey, Johnny. Oh, whiskey's the life of man. Whiskey for the Johnny, oh. I drink whiskey when I can. Whiskey, Johnny. I'll drink it out of an old tin can. Whiskey for my Johnny, oh. Whiskey gave me a broken nose. Whiskey, Johnny. Whiskey made me pawn my toes. Whiskey for my Johnny, oh. Whiskey drove me around Cape Horn. Whiskey, Johnny. It was many a month when I was gone. Whiskey for my Johnny, oh. I thought I heard the old man say, whiskey, Johnny. I'll treat my crew in a decent way. Whiskey for my Johnny, oh. A glass of grog for every man. Whiskey, Johnny. And a bottle for the shanty man. Whiskey for my Johnny.
AAA Gaming's looking its most...
Dude, that was super loud. Holy crap.
We are outward bound for Kingston.
Give me 1 second, guys. I'm still putting stuff together. Give me 1 sec. I'm a little behind tonight.
And we'll heave the old wheel round and round. Good morning,
Yeah, it's that damn autoplay on YouTube.
and when we get to Kingston town, the
Assassin's
home is there we'll drink and sorrow drown. Good morning, ladies all. Them gals down south are free and gay with a heave-o home. With them we'll spend our hard-earned pay. Good morning, ladies all. We'll swing around, we'll have good fun with a heave-o home. And soon we'll be back on the homeward run. Good morning, ladies all. And when we get to Bristol town with a heave-o home, for the very last time we'll waltz around. Good morning, ladies all. With Paul and Meg and Sally too. With a heave-o home, we'll drink and dance with a hullabaloo. Good morning, ladies all. So long goodbye to all your dears with a heave-o home. Don't cry for us, don't waste your tears. Good morning, ladies all.
Come all you young sailormen, listen to me. I'll sing you a song of the fish in the sea. And it's windy weather, boys, stormy weather, boys. When the wind blows, we're all together, boys. Blow ye winds westerly, blow ye winds blow. Jolly sou'wester, boys, steady she go. Up jumps the ale with a slippery tail, climbs up aloft and reefs the topsail. And it's windy weather, boys, stormy weather, boys. When the wind blows, we're all together, boys. Blow ye winds westerly, blow ye winds blow.
No, not an ad. Sorry, is my microphone too loud? Hang on, let me make sure it's on the right source setting. No, it's the sea shanties from the original Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Black Flag game. Since we're going to be talking mostly about Black Flag Resynced tonight, I kind of figured it'd be fitting to have that for some background music. Yeah, but you know, it's probably not something I'm going to play the entire time, but I forgot how satisfying this game really was. Like, at least the sounds, the soundtrack and the shanties and stuff. Yeah, so I'm a little behind, guys. We've had a lot of softball and stuff going on in the past week since we got back from Pasco. And so right now I am trying to make sure I've got all my ducks in a row for the stream. And unfortunately, I'm doing a very, very poor job of it. So that's why we are... I mean, we're on time, technically. What is with, oh my gosh, thank you, Mari, for the jewels, the marshmallows, clapping seal. I didn't see that one. And the floating hearts. Oh yeah, I forgot that that's a whole, is it a Google Play Android thing that they're doing now? But thank you, Mari, appreciate it. Hey, I'm so glad that you're actually here. It's always tough with time zones being what they are. I'm just trying to pull up a few more of the things that I had saved for the stream, and oh my god, guys, I told Avernum on Discord, he was asking if I was going to stream, and I'm like, I don't know, should I? And 10 minutes later, I'm like, okay, screw it, let's just turn it on. And legit, that's where I am now. So let me put a message on Discord. Hang on a second. Everyone, I decided to stream. Let's see, you know where to find me. But yeah, nothing like the last minute. Nothing like making up my mind like last minute, you know? I just found out the first time. I saw the whole Jewel thing a couple months ago. Like, it was something that they added into YouTube's, I don't know if it's considered like a gift or like super chat or whatever, but only tonight a little behind. Dan's on prep. Oh my god. Cage, you bastard. Oh man. Sorry, I've got all these funny clips I'm trying to pull up. Some of them are pertinent for Ubisoft and Black Flag. Some are pertinent for just the stream in general. I'm trying to get all of them put together here, and I just cannot seem to get my ducks in a row. It's crazy. I've got some quartering stuff, and I don't even want to talk about the quartering. Yo, Darkside Phil. I forgot I had a Darkside Phil clip. Oh my god. That's the best thing ever. Okay, hang on a second. Dude, and there's some really weird cope. Some really strange cope going on with Assassin's Creed, with the DLC, with the amount of monetization. And again, it's one of those things where I understand that certain people are going to be okay with certain things as far as like the amount of monetization these games have. But I don't know. I feel like it's really weird to shill for the billion-dollar company that is actively trying to like ruin everyone's lives, you know? It just seems strange to me. It seems weird. Yo, Compulsion Games announced its return to independent studio status. I love that. Yeah, $90 DLC. It's crazy. Thought we were done. Well, we are. It's just for my own amusement, I've bookmarked some of that stuff. So as I'm going through my bookmarks, it pops up. It's not that I want to talk about it. It's just that it popped up, you know? Hey, Lugia, how's it going, buddy? No, I've got some cringe. I've got some absolute cringe that we're not going to talk about. Some that we are going to go over. Because, like I said, the cope, the defense of the billion-dollar company that doesn't give a crap about their customers, who just wants to ruin people's lives and take away, like, their access to games, it's insane, you know? Oh my god, I forgot how many of these things I bookmarked. Oh my god, there's so much stuff, guys. Hang on a second. Some Canadian stuff, eh? Hang on. Dude, there's so many bugs and glitches on this game. This is nuts. Hey, Geekazu. You know, Slavicone, for me, it was one of those things that I never had a problem with the guy initially. I thought he was just kind of boring, but, you know, he covered the news and covered stuff that I might not watch otherwise or might not know about. And so it was whatever. It was fine. And then as I became more and more aware of just how, I don't know, it's the level of like the repetitive shit where he's just regurgitating the same story a million times and trying to stretch out every single video as long as possible, you know? Dude, I found so many funny clips that I'm forgetting I found all these today. Like, I thought I'd have time to get this all put together, but we were actually watching one of the all-star teams practicing and playing tonight, and it's like, wasn't even my daughter's team, but, you know, oh my god, this one. Yes, the Toronto Police. Yo. Okay, hang on. We gotta go over that, because that's funny as hell. Y'all, my bookmarks are a mess. Like, it's not even funny. My bookmarks are insane on Twitter. I've got so many that I gotta go through. Oh my god, this one! The baggage, the 50-pound bag thing. Yep, okay. Hang on, let's see. I'm going to move my bookmarks to the end because I'm sure that there's more that I'm missing. All right. Still in Mexico on a vacation? Damn, man. They don't understand that companies don't make games, the dev teams do. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It's not just that. There's so much, like, when it comes to these people going, oh, why are you blaming the devs for the Ubisoft, the greedy company, you know, making these bad decisions? Okay. You can put a certain amount of blame for unreal expectations or time limitations or, you know, whatever those things are, that let's say the top-down decisions that make the life of the devs a little bit harder. Sure. What I don't understand is when you have a game, think about like Dragon Age Veilguard, right? Game like Dragon Age Veilguard, from top to bottom, is absolute dog crap, right? Everybody knows it. But for some weird reason, it's always the same thing. It's, oh, but don't you know game dev is hard? We all know that. I'm not a game dev. Guess what? If you've never been a professional chef or a commercial baker or any of those kind of things, you're going to find it difficult to do those jobs that you have no experience in. That's normal for any job. But the fact that they just reserve it for like one thing, you can't criticize X, Y, or Z because reasons, you know? That's what pisses me off. It's like, because you're not a chef, you can't tell them, well, this food tastes bad, you know? Okay, here we go. This is I think I found the last thing I was looking for. There's other stuff, but we'll have to just kind of skip it for tonight because I'm going to run out of time. Yeah, Ubisoft, Black Flag, Resynced. You've been watching Asmongold watch bodycam videos? Oh my god. Hey, Empress. Good morning. It's so weird being, what, almost 10 o'clock at night here and everybody else is filtering in from the other side of the world. Time zones are fun, guys. They are fun. Cage, it's pretty screwed up that I knew that was you the second I read that name. That's the worst part. Empress, I'm all right. I'm good. Life is still stressful, but I'm oh, so a little update on the whole auto accident thing. I think that the insurance is going to pretty much cover everything except maybe a small deductible on any auto work that has to be done. So they're supposed to be getting me a rental car pretty soon here. I got to call them tomorrow because I got to take my mom's car back. Wednesday, she needs her car back when she's back. 5 hype workers in Ubisoft did sexual harassment and long term. Yeah, no, it's Mari. Ubisoft has a long-standing history of really scummy behavior. It's really funny. Am I healthy? I'm healthy as can be. Like, even though my back issues I've had, I actually feel pretty good, all things considered. They should try making a game for 95% of the population instead of 5%. Well, now you sound like Bungie. Now that sounds like Marathon, you know? It's funny, Vernum, I didn't even see you say hello below, but I did actually just talk about you. So it's like all of a sudden I mention you and you're here. Geekhazu, so you didn't know, the game has Black Flag Resynced is only $60, and I say only because I think that that's actually a fair price for a complete game if it was complete. But the $85 in DLC is like, it's wild. It's mind-blowing. High five. Oh my god, thank you, Mari. I don't know what the jewels actually equate to when it comes to like how it I don't know if it's because everything like internationally there's different like currency rates and exchange rates and stuff. So I don't know what a jewel costs, but I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Fresh and young, yeah, except for this rapidly receding hairline. Too many bookmarks, not company but devs, people rolling in from outside the world, listen not kick while I was away. Yeah, I mean, dude, you basically got everything. I'm over here just trying to get my shit together, and it's going to take me all night to get there. So I basically am going to take a cop-out tonight. We're going to watch a couple different videos that I think are definitely going to kind of like, oh, here we go. This is another one I was talking about. Oh my God. There's going to be people who might be offended by some of the stuff we're going to go over. But again, I'm holding the perspective that I'm okay with people being happy and excited about Black Flag Resynced while also thinking Ubisoft sucks ass. You know, I think that that's a fair position to take. Rumor of Bungie doing a Borderlands. I mean, I've seen something about that, dude, but I don't care because Borderlands is not a game that I ever had any interest in. So, oh my God, here we go. Dude, there's still so much. There is so much. Oh, did you guys see that apparently Lindsey Graham died the other day? I'm like, I thought Mitch McConnell had died. And then all of a sudden, Lindsey Graham died, and I'm like, okay, everyone's just kicking the bucket. Then Sam Neill, apparently, the actor. I'm just like, what the hell's going on? Hang on a second. Where is that one at? I gotta get all my memes in order here, guys. I swear, we're almost there. If you can bear with me for like 2 more minutes, we are almost there. Oh, God, I've got so many. Yo, there it is. There it is. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Got that. And I got that video. This one's wild. Okay. And put that one right there. Perfect. All right. Yeah, Sam Neill passing, that's pretty crazy. So far, Black Flag's amazing. Yeah, Sam Empress, that's the thing. It's like, so-called DLC is cosmetic. Okay, but Empress, we'll get into the issue I have with that in a minute. The very short version of that is all those cosmetics that you say are optional used to be included in a complete game. If you go back to like the, was it Brotherhood, that had a crap load of costumes and outfits you could unlock and different dye options, those were all part of the game. There was no quote-unquote DLC or cosmetics you had to purchase. They were all contained within the game itself. So that's the issue I take. I kind of think you're being a little unfair at Black Flag. As far as what, like, I already said, I don't mind that people are actually enjoying it. I don't care if people bought it. It's the DLC, the cosmetic part of it, the scummy monetization side of it that I have an issue with. Costumes were rewards for gameplay, yeah. Backdoor lands, oh my god. Oh my god. No, Bungie's not wait. Bungie? Hang on a second. I'm equally confused by that. Yeah, I thought Borderlands was Gearbox. Why would Bungie be doing that? I missed the first part of that. Also, there was something, didn't they pull off, like take out a multiplayer part of the game that was there previously or was supposed to be there? I don't know. We'll get into that in a second. It's similar to GTA in a way. That's modern gaming. Well, but Lugia, if the game, okay. So they put the game out on physical disc, right? And we'll kind of get into that too in a minute. But then they decided to only put like 44 gigabytes of the game on the disc. So the physical disc on its own is just paperweight again. Sure, you have part of the game, but the game won't launch without the rest of the files you have to download via internet. And then when Ubisoft Connect went down, the game crashed. So what's the point of having a game that's supposed to quote-unquote function offline if you have to download a patch just to play the game, even with a physical disc that won't play without the game being connected to the internet? It doesn't make any sense. It's not a multiplayer game. It's very fantastical and very acquired taste. Oh, so it's like the Assassin's Creed Shadows, the cosmetics that they put in there that were god-awful wretched. Do you guys remember those? Do you remember those ones? It's like the dragon or horse. I think it's the horse cosmetics for Shadows that they put out like a year ago. So Bungie is in early talks to make a Destiny-style Borderlands game. Interesting. I didn't know anything about that. They, them lands. Oh my god. Okay. So, touching on, let me kill the music. Let me get the background shanties going. Hang on. All right. So touching on what we just mentioned, there was this news that broke last night about Sam Neill. Of course, most people know Sam Neill from Jurassic Park, but he's been in a ton of other movies. Like the guy was in a crap load of other movies. Bungie Borderlands. Yeah, I don't know, man. The offline patch is called a crack and usually comes a couple months after the game's released from a third-party dev. Oh my god. So there's a clip that I just saw going around of, again, the original trio from Jurassic Park singing a song together. I didn't even know that this was a thing, but apparently they all got back together for maybe one of the movies or something.
Birds singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings.
But of course, somebody had to point out that, like, well, you know, Sam Neill was a leftist and or a liberal and this and that. I'm like, I don't care. They're actors. Of course they're all liberals. Like, why does that mean anything? You know, I need to watch Event Horizon. I've not watched that one. That's one that everyone keeps going, oh my god, Event Horizon is like one of the most amazing horror sci-fis of all time. I'm like, I've never seen it. But everyone keeps talking about it. One of the weirdest One of the weirdest Sam Neill movies I ever saw was it Centennial Man that had Robin Williams and Sam Neill in it? Event Horizon's great. Everyone says that. Of course, I just put on Discord earlier today, like, I finally finished the Starship Troopers book last night. And now, actually, after reading the book, I don't know what they were smoking. I understand that what was his name? Paul Verhoeven was trying to make like an anti-fascist parody or whatever. The movie's shit compared to it. It'll make you think of Dead Space. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch the movie now. So yeah, rest in peace, Sam Neill. It sucks, but again, basically, as an unk, everybody I grew up watching in films and media is all passing away now. Where we're going, we don't need eyes to see. Is that from the movie? All right, I'll put it on my list. Maybe I'll get the wife to watch it with me. Maybe I'll have to watch it by myself. I don't know. All right, let's see what else we got. African memes are wild.
There's a man in back of this place.
Oh my God, what the hell am I watching?
I can see him through the wall. I can see his face.
Okay, this is terrifying. I can't. This might be the weirdest shit I've ever seen. To me, Event Horizon will always be an unofficial Warhammer 40k story. Oh, okay. Kind of see the energy you're going for there, the vibe you're going for. Owned Event Horizon for like 20 years ago. No one had ever heard of it. Then a few years ago, I suddenly hear people talking about it. Netflix must have picked up on it or something. Yeah, Mari, that's just too much. Look at that face. I can't even. I think it's white face as opposed to black face. If it's an actual, if I'm understanding this properly. Oh my God, this one's funny. Here we go. This one's good. E-girl auto maintenance tip of the day.
Pro tip: if you ever want your brakes to stop squeaking, just put some wheel bearing grease on the rotors.
What the frijoles? Africa finally got internet. Well, you can thank Elon for that. Serious 40k vibes? Really? All right, I'm going to have to look into Event Horizon then. Okay, here you go. So there are two videos that I saw on Twitter today, both from Canadian police. I cannot believe that either one of them is real, but apparently they both are, okay? The interconnectedness of the global internet made it pop off. Isn't it funny how stuff like that happens? Like, people are talking about Spaceballs, the sequel, right now. I have zero desire to watch Spaceballs, and I grew up on that movie. I loved that movie. I've seen it so many times, I could probably recite the entire thing from memory. I have zero desire to watch the Spaceballs movie. I mean, it's like, oh, it's Mel Brooks. No, it's Josh Gad. It's Mr. Olaf from Frozen. No, thank you. All right. This is a real video from Ontario Police, apparently. I wish this was fake.
Okay, this is not easy. I've never done this before. I don't wear shoes like this, but on Saturday, June 13th, the Bethesda House in Bowmanville is hosting the Walk a Mile event. It's a fundraiser charity event supporting women and children affected by gender-based violence.
You're not wrong,
We would
DB
love
Wild.
for you to join us at that event, walk a mile, bring a pair of shoes. They've got shoes there as well, and they would love for you to be there.
So, I beat him with a stick. I have seen this event before. I've seen the parades where these people, it's mostly men, they all put on like these red high heels for some weird virtue signaling reason, and they all walk like a mile in red heels. Now, it's mostly, from what I understand, it's like usually gay men, right? The Sphere, I've watched Sphere. I didn't love Sphere. I thought it was an okay movie. But it was decent. This is Canada, yes, Slavicone. Never more that kind of healed my life, never will. No, this is for virtue signaling. Actual women probably aren't wearing these shoes. Read the book. Okay, I'll get the book next, dude. I am so excited that I finished Starship Troopers. Not that I had a problem with the book. The book was fine, but I get to start reading Dune Messiah or Dune. What is it? Messiah is the second book. I don't know. I'm stoked. I am like, dude, I finally get to start the second book. I was super hyped after reading the first Dune book. I'm like, I got to get the next one. All right. Not to be outdone. Oh, oh my God. How did I just exit that out? We'll go back and find that one. Hang on. Let me find it. I had the other video because the other one's even better. I can probably find it. Hang on. No freaking way. Oh, there it is. I knew it. Here we go. All right.
Contacted by the Crown.
Sergeant Robert Chevalier, the Toronto Police 2S LGBTQ plus liaison officer. I'm not even kidding.
The Ontario Court of Justice to assist with the case that they had. So they asked me to reach out to the victim and make sure she's safe and take her home.
He drove me home in the fabulous Pride SUV. And as he was driving me home...
Empress, is it running ads right now? Because I just let it do its thing like automatically. I don't even like tell it when to do that. My lady friends wonders why I hate making fun of Canada so much. Yeah, Canada's hell. Oh, thanks for the 250 jewels. The red card, Mari. Appreciate you. Shiva Liye. It just did. That is so weird. Did it do that for the rest of you guys? I wonder if it's doing it based on region or something. I'll have to go through and figure that out later. You know, in 7 years of streaming, because they do ads on Twitch also, I have never once in my life manually set like when ads to run. Turn on when the stream's over. That's probably a good idea. I only do it beforehand because I always forget to do it after. So it used to do it automatically on its own, and then I think recently there was like an update on YouTube or something. I noticed that it had its base DB Wild Canadian tax dollars at work. Yeah, Empress, thank you. I'm gonna have to remember to do that from now on.
Home, we reached a stoplight, and then an individual in a pickup truck came up to us.
A transgender cop car. Look at that. Are you guys cops, or you just identify as cops? That's none of your business, and I'm hands-free, so there's nothing you can do. I'm just asking you a question, Sergeant. Are you cops, or you identify as cops? I have no idea. That reality doesn't exist anymore.
Donna
right?
from Parks and Rec. Oh my God.
Part of me was shocked, but part of me was not shocked.
I think that's what he's going for. Actually, I didn't even think of that when I saw this earlier. He is totally Donna from Parks and Rec.
I am a trans woman. I've been transitioning for 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years is not enough, apparently. Thing has a cross around its neck. You're not wrong. I just realized that. And it's a pink, like, Swarovski crystal cross. That's nuts.
Harassed and vilified every day of my life.
Wow. Well, that's something. Okay. Good old Canada, man. All right. This one here, though, this is actually kind of insane. I don't know if you guys saw this video or not. This is a tourist who was seriously injured after a bison tossed him about 8 feet into the air in Yellowstone National Park. Walking demon? Well, probably rolling around more than walking, to be honest, at that size. Flying man. Yeah, this thing is insane. I'd guess 8 days. I mean, I'd say 8 years is definitely too long and not enough all at the same time. So I've tossed people. And this thing right here, I can't say that I've seen somebody get thrown that high in the air by an animal before. Grandpa Hawk, pro skater. Oh my God. That is phenomenal. Apparently the guy has already responded. He's got like a good sense of humor about it. He's doing fine, I guess. Oh no, Mar, he's good. He's good. He's fine. The dude being old makes it better. It makes it funnier. And it's fine because, again, he's a tough old dude. He lived. He's good. We've gone so far left since 2015, it's getting dangerous, so go ahead and make fun of us. You know, Lloyd, here's the thing. It's not just you, it's everybody. And then it's like things kind of swing back to the right, but then they go so extreme, and it turns out like the guy that you think is the super trad conservative is some like closeted transsexual, I don't know. Like, there are just so many of these people that are just freaks out in the open. And behind closed doors. I mean, at the Calgary Stampede, you see lots of folks hurled by bulls. Well, I mean, think about it. The whole, the running of the bulls in Pamplona, Spain, right? Yeah, it was at Yellowstone. Break a leg, Gramps. Yeah. Rutting season makes the bulls a bit more aggressive, if you know what I mean. Yeah, they're horny, dude. Those bulls they're trying to get their freak on. Why do they keep screwing with the animals? To be fair, I mean, he was pretty far away, just not far enough. He definitely should have gone back to his car or inside, because that would be this year's Christmas card. I swear to God, if I were this dude, 100%, I would try to monetize this as much as possible. Like, this is amazing, right? The fact that he's fine, lived through it, he's okay. Like, do something. I don't know if you guys saw this video though. This one's pretty funny. I don't have this video saved. It was like a training exercise in Russia or something, and the guy got completely spun off of this this gun here. The bull run sounds deadly. I would never do it. I would never do it, man. Not supposed to get out of your car? Yeah. Well, I don't know if that was like an actual, just like a park, or if that was like on one of those guided tours where you stay in your car and watch the animals from far away. Yeah, he's fine. He's good. This guy here said I painted the bison launching the guy. I don't know. Is this actually... He might actually be a painter, and it might not just be AI. That's awesome if that's true. Like, he needs to send that to the old dude who got flung up in the air. He got stuck but didn't stick the landing. On a serious note, I'm glad he landed on his side, not his head. Yeah, no, dude, honestly, it worked out in his favor, like the best case scenario possible. I saw there was like a younger person with him. He's probably trying to like keep them safe. He gets tossed, you know, he can have a good laugh about it. Sounds like he's okay, so I don't really think he deserves to be. So, like I said, when we went to the Grand Canyon a couple years ago, that was one of those things. What is that? Tulips? Oh, thanks, Luigi, for the tulips. Appreciate you, man. Are you guys getting an influx of like Google Jewels or something? Appreciate you guys. Do bison eat humans? No, they're not carnivores. They're omnivores as far as I know, but they're just very aggressive. Like DB Wild was saying, if it's like mating season for them or something, they're going to be very, very territorial, very, very angry, very easily agitated. Send tulips or tulips? I don't know. It's a great question. Okay, so we saw that one. Oh my God, guys, I'm going to apologize in advance for your ears if you haven't seen this video before. I know I've seen this one. I stumbled across it today, so I have to share it with you in case you haven't. No, dude, for real, Cage, honestly, like those animals, I mean, the elk that I saw up close at the Grand Canyon were easily probably a whole head shorter than that bison there, but they were all female. Like if they were a male, if there were any male elk in there, I never would have got out of my car. Like, no way. Not even happening. No, yeah, he didn't even try to stomp him. He just threw him in the air and had a good laugh at him. So, all right, here you go.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
The neighborhood.
That's why I need to be here.
How do these people function in their daily lives is what I want to know. How do they function? These can't be real people, you know? Yeah, a fucking banshee indeed. These cannot be real people.
You need Jesus, man. He can save you. He can give you...
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. The minute ICE comes into her town, she'll probably try to run an ICE officer over with her car and get shot, so...
A new heart. God can give you a new heart so that you love what God loves. No, that's irrational.
She says, you know what'll save me? Screaming at you. Oh my God. Respect my L4D days. L4D, what are you talking about? Drugs and welfare freebie? No, just a an enabled liberal white woman about the worst that there is. I remember hearing about that a few years ago. Yeah, I remembered this video, but I love that they put it with the Last of Us Part 2 up here, kind of like a side-by-side shot comparison. It actually is pretty funny with the shape, the design of the building plus the Rainbow Road. I wonder if this is actually like, I don't know where the video is, but the game takes place in Seattle, right? This doesn't look like the Seattle skyline to me. At least not from this angle. It certainly doesn't look like it, but who knows? It might be.
I declare
bankruptcy!
Bankruptcy!
My vampire chasing gear, I know, right?
I have no idea what jewels are. Here's some dollars instead.
Oh, appreciate you, angels. Yeah, I mean, the jewels, I think it's a mobile or a Gmail or a Google account, like a Google Play thing. I don't know. They pop up on my phone where you can buy them, or you get a certain amount of points through doing things on your phone, I guess. I don't know, but thank you for the $4.99, angels. Appreciate you. I think one warning shot would scare it away. Oh my God. Tekla, I know that you're over in Poland, but here in the US, a warning shot is not a real thing. If you pull your gun, it's with the intent to shoot, and if you shoot, it's with the intent to hit your target. So if you ever come to the US, you got to know that, okay? With a warning shot over here, not a real thing. Any place in Seattle that don't have rainbow flags? Honestly, Slavicone, there's more meth heads and garbage in Seattle than there are rainbow flags. Warning shot between the... Oh my god. You guys are just awful. I disavow entirely. Disavow. It's shrieking or whistles with it really is. It really is. It's whatever the most like annoying, obnoxious sound possible is. This is exactly what it is. All right. This one's actually pretty funny. You got to get through his Icelandic accent, though. Okay? So this one's pretty funny. Hang on. Let me turn this up. Eyes. Oh, my God.
In Iceland, if you want to know which one of your friends...
It says, in Iceland, if you want to know which one of your friends is racist, okay?
Is that racist? You just show up to a party wearing a blackface. And everyone who's like looking at you, like they hate you, they are racist.
So if you can't hear that, he says, if you want to know who's racist, show up to a party wearing blackface and everyone who's looking at you like they hate you is racist. I'm like, hey, you can't beat the logic there. Can you have not a real gun that sounds like a real one? The problem, Tekla, is then you get into the that gray area of intending to cause emotional distress or assault. Even if you don't have a gun that can actually hurt somebody, you're still, I don't know. You're better off just to have a real gun and only pull it out when you need it. That's just the best case scenario. Okay, that's just the best way to go. 2 joules equals 1 ruby. 100 rubies are $1 revenue to... Oh, okay, interesting. There's a whole math equation to it. Thanks, Mari. I had no idea. I have not even looked that up. I learned that warning shots weren't a thing thanks to Boogie. I gotta check. Boogie followed me the other day, like a couple weeks ago, and I kind of am terrified. But I got Boogie and Harmon Smith both following me on Twitter, like the most random people. I'm like, I don't know that I want these guys following me. What people pull think about the blood of Dawnwalker? Real issues that if in the US you pull out a gun-shaped object that sounds like a gun, you probably get shot. That's another thing, Avernum. That is another real possibility. So you want to be very careful with that. What's up, Boogie? Oh my God. Cage. Come on, man. Get with the times, dude.
Being gay is a choice, because have you ever met a person with Down syndrome that was gay? They all like titties.
I need to know, does anybody know someone personally that has Down syndrome? Because I don't. I know nobody in my friend group or family group or people that I know through baseball or softball have anybody connected to them that, you know, have anyone in their family with Down syndrome. Is that a real thing? Like, is that true? Yes, Harmon, the nin toddler. Yes, Harmon follows me on Twitter. I have no idea why. He followed me about a month or two ago. Yeah, solid logic, right. Anyone who hates Smart Pete is racist. I know primarily Dutch in origin, but the Icelandic folk recognize him too. That's the whole thing, like with Belschnickel, right, on The Office, where he dresses up and has the guy, Pete, with the black face following him around. Every bouncy person I know, 5 in total, all love bouncy fun packs. Okay, well, there you go. There you go. We got some solid logic right here. Okay, last meme before we watch some videos talking about Black Flag. Have you ever seen a spider hide in embarrassment? Now, this one's actually pretty funny.
Cucaracha, purple, pink, toad tarantula. Here you go, puppy.
That's a big-ass tarantula.
There's a sign. Take it. No, you fucked up. No, don't go. Oh, he's embarrassed. Oh, look at him slinking in like that.
Look at the legs. The legs just dragging behind it. Oh, my God. Now, as somebody who's not terrified of spiders, tarantulas are disgusting. They should all die. Okay? Little spiders, I got no problem with. I'll even let them run around the house and stay in the corners. Like, they kill other bugs. I'm cool with that. But this is pretty damn funny. That's a little baby. Tarantulas are disgusting. I don't know. What does goy mean? Goy is a slur for non-Jewish people. And goyim would be the entirety of the world that is not Jewish. Tarantulas make good pets. I hear that, but I just don't have any desire to have a tarantula. They are creepy and gross. Have that in my family in Mexico. Oh, what? Somebody with Down syndrome? That's a little bit. Yeah, it's a baby, but it's applies to the girls too. 2 of the 5 also are fascinated by bouncy things. That's interesting. Anything can cause necrosis, instant death. No, see, like, I'm talking about, like, spiders that are, like, yay big, you know, like size of a quarter, maybe a little bit bigger. I'll let them live. Like, if I didn't have 4 other people in the house that are always screaming anytime they see a spider, including my 13-year-old son, who doesn't want to have to deal with, like, killing the bugs himself, they make me go, I'll probably catch it and put it outside, right? But if it was just me, I would let these things run all over the house because they eat other bugs. They eat other, you know, insects and stuff, so more power to them. But, you know, there was one time, I remember back in our apartment a few years ago, I wake up, it's like the middle of the night, and there's a spider, you know, not a huge spider, but it's rappelling from the ceiling down with its legs extended, coming right for my face. That son of a bitch died. He died. Oh, the tarantula. Okay. Hell no, tarantulas are mostly harmless. They're big fuzzy spiders. Yeah, angels, but they're creepy. They're creepy. I don't know. They kill their bugs, but they take too damn long to do so. Like, come on, you're in my house, pay your rent. Transition people become old enough to develop dementia and Alzheimer's to start freaking out the hospital staff, asking questions about missing parts. Avernum, unfortunately, that is actually a very real, disturbing, but true possibility. That could very well be a thing that happens because, you know, as the world learns how terrible what we've done is and these people get older, if they actually survive after a certain point, it's gonna be shocking to a lot of people to realize, wait a second, we might have fucked up on this one, you know? It's crazy. Anyways, if I were mod, I would ban you, robot, every time same ad. What's going on over on Twitch? Are you getting ads on Twitch, or is it a bot? Because the bot I'm not seeing. I can't see that from my Streamlabs stream. Tarantula bites don't cause necrosis. Their bites are as bothersome as a mosquito bite and heals within a few days. Okay, but it's the mental image of this thing with fangs biting into me. You know, I can pick up little spiders. I can pick up, you know, decent sized ones. I can pick up other bugs. I can pick up, you know, I've had praying mantis and grasshoppers and spiders. I can pick up bugs no problem and not freak out about it. The issue I have is when they start to chew on you. I had a grasshopper that was chewing on my skin, trying to eat me years ago. Ever since, I won't pick up a grasshopper. And I'm not scared of them. It's that I don't want a bug that's going to chew on my body. That's gross. It's creepy, you know? Huntsman spiders are also harmless. It's unnerving because of their speed and massive fangs. Yeah, oh, those things. Screw those things, man. Okay, for anybody who doesn't know, hold on, because the Australian variant likes to hide under toilet seats. Yeah. You know, having your butt bit by a spider is actually one of my top fears. Not even kidding. For the longest time as a kid, I would look under the toilet seat just to make sure there weren't spiders under the toilet. These nasty guys. I mean guys, like straight up screw this. Well, I don't know if grasshoppers are supposed to chew on people, but I'm telling you, the one time in the last decade I picked one up, it was actually trying to chew on me. Actively chewing on my skin. I could see its little mandibles going back and forth trying to eat me. Oh God, these things are terrifying. I mean, look, it's eating a mouse. It's eating a possum. How can a spider that's not harmful to humans eat a possum? I need to know the answer to this question. If you're an Aussie and you find a huntsman spider in your home, you just leave it. They'll keep all the other pests, and if you leave them alone, they tend to leave you alone. Ticks and fleas. I mean, you're not wrong. Fleas are the worst. Fleas are awful. If my animals ever get fleas, it takes forever to get rid of them. I had really bad issues back at my last house with fleas. Ticks, like we talked about in the last stream, I don't get ticks here. I had frogs that were under the toilet where my... I need to proofread more and quit fat fingering everything. It's all good, dude. Every bug chews on you if they feel constricted. It's like default setting or something. But this thing was just sitting on my finger. It was just chilling on my finger. I don't know why it was doing that. It just was. It's like, why? I just picked you up, and here you are chewing on me. Not much scares me what bugs do. I just walked in from the... You walked in and you saw those terrifying spiders. No, okay, so The worst one, the absolute worst one, okay? So anybody who's got like fear of spiders, arachnophobia, just look away for about 20 seconds, okay? This guy here, this one here, I tell you what, is the biggest damn tarantula. And when you see this thing in person, because they'll have these at the pet store, and you actually look this thing in the eye, it is unbelievable how massive this spider is. It is huge. Probably not as long as the huntsman spider, but at the same time, it's disgustingly thick, you know? Oh, yeah, my God, it's terrible. Yeah, the Goliath bird eating spider. Yep. Let's see if I find a spider that even looks like a brown recluse is dead on sight. 100%. Yeah. Oh, you had frogs that would live under the toilet where your grandpa... that's crazy, man. Had a relative that got bitten by a brown recluse spider and if he did not go to the hospital. Yeah, my mom had the same thing. My mom got very sick from a brown recluse spider. Very sick, like to the point of death. Crazy. Because a lot of times you don't have to go to the hospital for that. Well, thanks for the red card. Appreciate it, man. Oh, no worries, Empress. We're done. We're done talking about spiders. But yeah, just whenever you come back, we'll just be here. It's actually the biggest tarantula species. It is. I don't think it's technically the biggest spider in existence. Red card for showing spiders. I kind of put 2 and 2 together there. Isn't it funny that, okay, I know there are people that have fears of snakes, but I think fear of spiders is just way more common. In fact, I was noticing, because I started playing Enshrouded, last night I actually sat in my computer chair and played Enshrouded for like 2.5 hours last night, which is weird because I don't normally waste that much time devoted to nothing, just sitting in my chair, letting the kids do whatever at night and just play a game. Oh, I was tired. It's been a long week. But there's actually an accessibility toggle to disable spiders or something. I'm like, come on, guys. Look, I understand there are people who are creeped out by spiders, but it's a video game, and it's a video game that's kind of like cheesy looking as it is. Should have streamed it. Dude, I was in no condition to stream. I'm talking, I was exhausted. You got to remember, I'm still, my son's all-star team, they lost, they're out, but my daughter she's going to win district in the next day or two, and then we got to go to state. So I'm still mentally, like, I've got a lot going on. Yo, John, how's it going, buddy? Disables only the leg animations. The body ball is still there. Oh my God. What? What? How does that make it any better? A floating ball with teeth and fangs? That doesn't make any sense. Spider fear stems from the crawly. Not for me, it doesn't. It's the eyes. But then again, I don't have arachnophobia. Grounded has that too. You can toggle spider stand to just blobs. That is so stupid. For me, because I don't have arachnophobia, it's not the legs I find creepy. It's the damn faces. It's the multifaceted eyes. Rattlesnakes around here are sketchy. They often don't notice you approach until you step on them. Well, so that's the thing is spiders probably don't cause nearly the amount of deaths as snake bites, I would imagine, at least in the US. I could be wrong on that. I'm just kind of guessing off the top of my head. But for some weird reason, the fear of spiders is so much more prevalent. Isn't that crazy? Also added something like that where they replace spider-like creatures with another mob. I'm enjoying seeing DSP getting shot on by invaders in DS2. So getting on to the discussion about Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resync, apparently DSP has been playing it because that's what he does. He plays it, he sucks at it, he blames the game, and then he rage quits, right? Spider is beautiful, it only hunts like a xenomorph. Okay. Tekla, I don't want to know the kind of women that you're attracted to, man. I like the predatory types, the ones that'll, kill me after mating, after tying me up and handcuffing me. No, that probably not that bad. Okay. Watching Phil struggle with the combat in Black Flag has made my night. The way he stands there like a lost puppy while enemies hit him was unreasonably funny. The funny thing is I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game since Unity, but I don't remember the combat being that difficult, right? So that's just a thing.
Oh my God. I literally can't time anything right now. I can't do it. I'm pressing Y. Maybe it doesn't work when you're in the water. Because I'm pressing Y, nothing happens.
Oh my God. Look, here's the thing. I've had my own fair share of moments trying to stream a game where it's tough when it's something with timing and all that. But my God, is DSP trolling? Is he honestly this bad at games?
Oh man, the arachnophobia mode. I hate it with a passion. I can't imagine it will stop there. I feel devs will offer other phobia modes in the future.
Angels, there already are, and thank you for the $4.99. There already are. So a lot of games have accessibility toggles where it'll put like trigger warnings on the screen. That was one of the things I think Life is Strange Double Exposure had, and a couple other games, that the accessibility consultants, which are typically just like transgender people that are mentally ill, who have to find a way to have a career in game dev, and so they'll be an accessibility consultant, right? And that they say, you need to put trigger warnings here. So DSP sucks on purpose. I'm starting to feel like he does, right? They offer a gameplay phobia mode. So they have like things that are trigger warnings for people where it's like, oh, there's going to be violent content in this one scene, so it'll warn you ahead of time. But thanks for the $4.99. Appreciate you, Angels. By that logic, a tarantula hawk is also beautiful. It literally hunts like a xenomorph, laying eggs in the... Oh, yeah, the tarantula hawk is creepy. Oh my God, I was telling my wife about that the other day. I was reading about it because I'm like, there's insects that actually take over the brain and the nervous system of other insects, right? Like zombies. Like, that's a real thing. I beat Sekiro, so any other game that needs timing and deflections is easy. Want to add a homophobia or transphobia mode to modern games? That way we can turn off. Okay, we're also going to talk about that a little bit too, because apparently Pal World has a mod on Nexus Mods that got removed because it was just to replace the body types 1 and 2 with male and female, as it should be, was the phrasing. And people are like, that's politically activistic, speech there to say as it should be. You're trying to force your right-wing activism into a game. And it's like, it's an optional mod that you don't have to download. No way he's that inept? I don't know. Maybe. Tarantula Hawk is a massive hornet, basically what inspired the Fallout NV Cazadores. He reminds me of the scene that made me quit watching The League. I can't remember that one. All right, so moving on, getting on. Apparently, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced has already sold 2 million copies, which is really ironic. And it's ironic given the fact that, again, I'm of the mind, if you have been looking forward to it and you wanted to buy it, more power to you. This is not going to be, I know Geekazu was talking earlier about being the devil's advocate, and I've been a little unfair. I don't think I'm being unfair to the game or the people that want to play it. Like, if you're enjoying the game, have at it. More power to you. I had zero desire to play this game. The original came out like 13 years ago and probably still holds up. I'll probably buy the original on Steam at some point when it's on sale. Like, I remember the game being that good that I'm not going to be worried about, playing the updated version for modern audiences and all that stuff, right? But for people who actually are looking forward to it and they're enjoying it, I got no problem with that. Like, this is not one of those games where I'm like, you better not purchase this game or you're scum. No. But it is funny to me that Ubisoft has been pushing like their way into the whole discless, digital only, you don't own your games, we're going to take away anything that's digital because we can and you don't own any of it kind of thing. Yeah, and Ubisoft didn't use players engaged. That's the funniest part. They actually used copies sold versus players engaged, which is, it's wild. It's absolutely wild, right? So a lot of people noticed right away. Under this post, there was some posts that were popping off. Savvy saying, I'm so glad you guys censored the M-rated game. Now women everywhere don't have to worry about being beat and R-worded in real life. Very cool. What she's talking about is like on the below the mast of these ships, you see like what do they call these guys on the front of the ship? I cannot remember for the life of me right now. Players engaged is a true metric. Yeah. But they censored it, which is essentially just they slapped a brassiere on it, which is a weird thing to do. I'm going to say it's a weird thing because A, it's a pirate ship. B, it's a statue. Figurehead, thank you. And C, there have been statues that have existed like this figurehead here on ships in, public places all over Europe for centuries. Masthead, thank you. So, something, masthead, figurehead, something. The point is, this is a very weird thing to censor, especially for an M-rated game. And I'm somebody personally, guys, I'm that prude, that kind of prudish person that I don't want my game to be full of sex and nudity. I really don't. I don't care if the games have it. I don't care if there are games that lean heavily into that. That's fine. It's just not for me. It's not what I want to play. Whatever. More power to you. This doesn't bother me in a game. This is just a masthead for a ship. And it's common that a lot of times they would use the female form in these kind of things. There are so many examples of this across many different cultures, right? It's a very weird thing to censor when you rarely see it while sailing. Exactly. It's also not really a top. That was the thing at the time, right? So it's a really strange choice. Women didn't wear, to my knowledge, brasiers like this. Not a thing. This guy here responded to Savvy and says, they do realize that pirates were murderers and rapists, right? I don't think they would have covered up the tits. Yeah, they hate beauty because they look like freaks. And again, I don't know if this is another example of changing the face, trying to make it less attractive, whatever. You're talking about a one-armed woman with wings. Clearly, this is not like supposed to be the accurate representation of a beautiful woman. But there is some weird shit going on there, right? That is very strange. But this person here points it out and says, took a game from 2013 for Ubisoft to say copies instead of players. Good one, mate. Feminist, the female body should be worshipped for the nip, but also you can't have shapely women, naked women is sexist. Oblivion, that's because women weren't pushing the whole free the nip thing. It was male feminists. Can we be honest about something? If anybody's old enough to remember, like, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, the whole free the nipple movement was going on. That wasn't women pushing it. That was men. That was male feminists who wanted to see some titties. Can we be honest about that? Okay. Sure, there were women who went along with it because there were always going to be women that take off their clothes for attention. But the whole free the nipple movement is entirely driven by male feminists. There's no doubt in my mind. Okay, no doubt whatsoever. Figurehead, that's what Ricky Lake's casting in the Cabin Boy movie is listed as. She was the living figurehead of the pirate ship in that Goofy movie. Oh. Remember when PC Gamer made a whole article ranking the dongs? Oh my god, you're right. That was a thing, wasn't it? They don't want any risk anyone making a fuss about nudity in their soulless remake. But technically, here's what I don't understand. Is the game... Here, let me ask. First question. I don't know if Empress is back or not. Whoever has played Black Flag Resynced or actually knows anything about the game, is the game still mature? Is it still M-rated? Because remember, we have E for everyone, you've got T for teen, and then you have M, and then you have everything that falls in the weird various categories on either side of the spectrum. If the game is rated M, like any other M-rated game that exists, the games don't have graphic sex scenes. They don't have actual nudity from the characters themselves. There's innuendo, there's conversation. I think there's like mild language. There's violence that doesn't get too gory or graphic. Now, you go to Assassin's Creed Shadows with like the decapitations and dismemberment. Yeah, that game went like hard. But when it comes to these kind of games, it's an M-rated game. Are you telling me that they have to reduce the amount of statue nudity in the game to keep the mature rating? I don't know. I'm not a male feminist, but I can get behind the free the nip movement. Yeah, but DB, come on. You know it's the ones you don't actually want to see that are going to go along with it. Okay, can we be fair about that? These devs aren't losing their jobs fast enough. We'll talk about some of the devs in a minute too. So, that's a much better pause point there than it was. I originally, when I went to the beginning of this video, it did Angelica dirty because it had her like right. Yeah, that's a horrible spot to pause. Some female tennis players buy a fake boob patch with nipples to stick on. I saw it in Sports Shop as a nude bra. Yeah, it's a super weird, useless thing. I don't understand it. But this is from Angelica Tosh on YouTube, and it says, remakes are censoring games. So let me switch to the main screen here. And I'll link the video down below after we get done watching it. Oblivion did the same thing. Yes, I'm pretty sure she's going to cover that in the video here.
It happened again, guys. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced has censored wooden figureheads of women on shoes.
Cage, how did I know that you were going to say that? I knew that I had a simp in the chat here. They're now partially owned by Tencent. It could be a Chinese thing to censor stuff like that. Okay, but I'm trying to think of the timeline. Technically, Assassin's Creed Shadows came out before the Tencent, like the large percentage of Tencent ownership kind of kicked in. So I don't know.
Oh my god, actual censorship. Previously, we saw the Oblivion remake cover up statues as well, and when I talked about it, I had people coming at me saying, well, it's such a small, insignificant thing.
Yeah, it's always a small, insignificant thing until it's everything, right? It's always the same shit over and over and over again. What does it matter? Why do you need to jerk off to a statue? Why do you care so much?
Not that big of a deal. It's a tiny part of the game, and it doesn't make the game bad. And
hey, I can respect it, dude. Cage, I'm just giving you crap, man. Okay.
We can straighten that out right now. Black Flag Resynced does not look like a bad game. I haven't had the chance to play it myself, but from what I've seen on screenshots, it looks really beautiful. Black Flag is actually one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games, and it was my first PS4 game as well, so I have like a really special attachment to it.
Now, I was crapping on the game earlier, last stream on Thursday, talking about basically, here's my take on people saying this game looks beautiful. Yes, the game does look beautiful. So do a dozen other games that I've played in the last 3 years. When I played Fate Keeper on stream, that game looks beautiful. But I look at those and I kind of go, for games that are like these open world games that have all this lush greenery and everything else, that's just kind of the standard. I don't know. I'm just not getting like wowed by any one game in particular about how amazing they look, right? The Rocky Island ocean looks like, is it Iki? Iki Island? Canary in the coal mine of shitty development. There you go. If it's too small, then why change it in the first place? Angels, that's the thing that they can never answer. They always start with the straw man argument of, you shouldn't care, why is it a big deal, why are you being so gross, why are you a pervert, and all this. That's how they always start. 13 gigabyte OG version looked good enough. Tekla, that's my personal opinion. I agree with you there. I don't think this is a game that needed to be remade. And my opinion, as mean as it is, and this is, people can feel, free to disagree about this. And like I said, I'm not holding it against anybody who bought this game and is enjoying playing the game. I personally had no desire to buy a remake of this game. I loved playing it the first time. I probably won't ever play it again. This is not a game that needed to be remade. Okay? It's not. This is not a game that needed a remake. People can argue maybe the first Assassin's Creed, maybe the Ezio trilogy. I don't know. I don't have any trust in Ubisoft to remake the Ezio trilogy. But at this point, I don't see a reason to remake Black Flag. That's just my take on that.
It looked great then, and I mean now it's just stunning. But the game being good and it having questionable design choices are not mutually exclusive. Both of those things can be true. I always find this kind of thing particularly annoying because it is so obviously pandering to the crowd that doesn't...
Yeah, see here? You got... That's crazy. So the hair was already covering the nipples here, but they had to put seashells here.
Doesn't really care about video games, but they do care about controlling what you can and cannot like. It is anti-art, and it is hypocritical. You absolutely cannot ignore the double standards when they are so blatantly in front of you.
Mari.
Look at Assassin's Creed Odyssey and how it prominently features full frontal male nudity on statues.
Yo, is that true, guys? Odyssey has, the dong hanging out there like we see in like all these classic statues from the Renaissance. So Odyssey has male genitalia on the statues. Interesting.
So much so that PC Gamer gleefully made an article deep dive into...
Okay, this is what you were talking about. I remember this now. I remember seeing this article years ago. From itty-bitty lumps of misshapen bronze to a wiener you can literally dangle from, we're rating every penis we've found. Interesting. Okay, interesting hypocrisy there.
Present in the game. This is peak journalism. And yet here, in a game about pirates on a pirate ship, we must cover up the female chest. There can be no trace of it. It is absolutely obscene, unheard of. Tell me again.
Why don't they just get rid of the female masthead entirely? Just get rid of it. Like, if you're gonna have a problem with the fact that it's like a siren that has, her breasts exposed, get rid of the female body entirely and just replace it with like, I don't know, a skull or a skeleton or some crap like that. You watched your video earlier? I knew you did, Cage. I knew you did, man. How did I not know? Peens on screen are okay, Hollywood approved. Yeah, way too many peens on screen these days.
And how this isn't specifically about censoring women's bodies. What's more is that I don't remember anything like that being present in Black Flag, but if there was a character that was like a Greek god type male character wearing very little clothing, I can imagine that not only would they be very true to the source material when it came to a remake, they would also probably accentuate any details and things that he had going on. Why are we so...
Well, yeah, because it's okay to like goon on men, but you can't goon on women, apparently. Like I said, old school bra burning feminists say male nude statues is patriarchy and nude female art is empowering. Men just aren't allowed to see now, I guess, apparently. DB Wild, that's nasty. It sounds like you're speaking from experience, man. Because if they get rid of it, then they have to make something entirely new and they can't do that. Yeah.
Afraid of boobs. Boobs. What, is it that easy? Going back to this not being a big deal, sure. Let's not care about it. In fact, let's not care about any small details in games, ever. Let's just have AI generate them instead of getting people to create them, because they don't matter, they're small
Lloyd,
details,
no.
right?
God,
it's not
no.
a big deal, except if you actually care about intentional, meaningful choices in game design like I do, then it does become a problem.
Okay, here will be the real test. Here will be the real test. If somebody creates a masthead that is a man, she should have grabbed them. Geek. Oh my god. Okay, if somebody created a mod that was replacing the masthead with a male figure with a dong hanging out, and that doesn't get censored, doesn't get pulled off of Nexus mods, no problem there, no articles, complaining about it, then you can see the hypocrisy for yourself, like in full, full display, full glory. They praise the bear relations in Baldur's Gate 3. Oh yeah, Slavicon, that's where the meme really originated. I've seen what makes your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer or whatever. You know the meme, right? Ellen Page for the masthead. Oh my god.
Problem. It takes 2
crowbar?
seconds of research online to learn that the specifically topless female figureheads on ships were designed in line with superstitions amongst pirates and sailors. It's said that a visage of beautiful semi-nude women could distract sea gods and
Yo, this is like that meme where that book has that text that says you can fascinate a woman with a piece of cheese. This is like the piece of cheese for the ocean. Nevertheless, a naked woman, or at least the naked upper half of a woman, was believed to be able to calm the storms at sea. Look, as a heterosexual man, a topless woman is definitely a calming sight. Exciting, but calming in a way, right? This was presumably because the gods of the sea were invariably thought of as being male, and therefore could be somewhat charmed and mollified by the sight of a beautiful naked woman. You want to distract somebody, there you go. Boobs. Pretty easy, right? Male figurehead with a raging boner. Oh my god. Forget it. Forget about the man, just make it a giant dong. A giant dong. Why not? Just go for it.
Storms. Isn't that like super interesting, especially for a game like this? Somebody did their research, and through this medium, through video games, they—
Exactly, Geek, that's what I'm talking about. If it's still an M-rated game, then what's the point?
They showcased a part of history, as was always done in Assassin's Creed.
Furthermore, why would something like this need to be censored? She's covered. This is that, God, I remember watching The Mask of Zorro with Catherine Zeta-Jones and Antonio Banderas when I was like a young teen. I can't remember how long ago that movie came out. I know I'm showing my age right now. And the scene where him and Catherine Zeta-Jones are fighting in the barn, and he cuts her top off, and like her hair is hanging down in front of her boobs, right? That was like peak cinema for like a teenage boy, okay? But beyond that, this is exactly the same thing. There's no actual nudity. It's tasteful. It's suggestive. Just cutting through the ocean waves with an erection. Oh my god.
Creed games. They have always been crafted with a degree of historical research. Even though the events and the main characters are fictional, their stories unfold in a setting that does include real world history, even real figures from world history, and that is what makes these games so unique. Going out of your way to censor wooden figures of the female body because we must suppress the evil male gaze is so directly disrespectful to the real-world cultures that are being depicted in these games. And I mean, fighting with the male gaze in a game about pirates, a male-dominated profession, so to speak, is a choice. And
male-dominated nothing. I mean, I know there's the whole legend of Anne Bonny. I don't know if she was a real person or not. You don't hear too much about, like, a whole lot of famous female pirates. Now, again, I remember watching Cutthroat Island as a kid, and despite how terrible that movie was, I actually really enjoyed it. I know it was one of the biggest flops of Hollywood, like, ever. Yes, piracy has usually been a male-dominated profession. So they wouldn't want statues or mastheads of naked dudes hanging around and all that. Imagine crazy shit people probably created in Kiln. In Kiln? What are we talking about? Is that a game? Dude, I'm a fake gamer. You got to spell things out for me. I'm kind of retarded. Same with the Splash movie now that it's on Disney Plus. Oh my god, dude. Okay, so DB Wild. I just thought about that. Next frame. Sorry.
We already have.
Did her dirty there. Dude, I was just thinking about that like a couple of years ago because I remember watching Splash as a kid, and I can't believe I watched that movie as a kid. That movie was rated PG, and it shows her ass in the movie. And I want to say at some point it shows her topless, but I can't remember if it was like a bodysuit she was wearing or actually topless. And that was like a PG film. She was real? Okay. Can you imagine? Let me see, next frame. So, oh, yeah. So ever figure how came with a small carving at the base that says Poseidon approved? But yeah, I am not surprised that Disney Plus probably censored the hell out of that movie Splash. At this point, it's not even going to be the same movie. Oh, game where you create pottery characters. Oh my god, that thing, dude. Oh my god. I haven't even watched a trailer for that. I know people were talking about that, covering that. I'm like, really? No. Hey, Kanyo.
A fair idea of why this happens, but I genuinely want to hear somebody try and justify this to me. Give me proper reasoning. Why? Why
Madam
are they okay
Ching,
with
that's a name I
sanitizing
know.
and covering up elements like this in mature rated games, mind you? What is the benefit, especially when we absolutely, undeniably can see the double standards when it comes to
Yo, my
depictions
internet's
of
crapping
men
out there.
versus depictions of women in video games? Somebody
Why is the internet messing up? Air travel. What the hell? Nice plane. Oh my god, it's a smiley face. Yo, Mari, thank you so much for the air travel. Now, if I could convert that into a real plane ticket, that'd be amazing. Let me see. Thank you for the 1,000 jewels, Mari. Appreciate you. Madam Ching. Clearly not European, I'd imagine.
pointed out that even Animal Crossing didn't censor statues in this way, because these are works of art. The female body and the feminine.
Yo, is this my stream or is this YouTube? Stream looks good to me as far as like frame rates and stuff, but YouTube is having a hell of a time. Is that enough because I missed out on your birthday stream? Oh, Mar, you don't have to worry about that. It's all good. Everyone's past those arguments like, oh, tell me why? Yeah. It's funny that she put this one up here without the translation showing. You were on duty? It's a miracle that I was even able to stream that night, just as busy as I've been. It's a little glitchy. The stream is, or YouTube? Who censors boobs on statues? What's the point of an M rating? I don't know. But it is crazy that you can see Animal Crossing has boobs on the statue, but a M-rated game doesn't. Mari is awesome. Oh, I seem fine, but what I'm watching isn't. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Works of art. The female body and the feminine
The
form
audio's working
isn't
fine, but
this
the video's kind of
evil,
glitchy. It's buffering again.
obscene thing. And the more things like this happen, this oddly conservative approach to art,
Oh my
the
God,
more
Lloyd,
we are
I remember
indirectly
that.
perpetuating the idea that women in general should just be more covered up. This is the type of thing you see on album covers in the Middle East because in their culture you're
Yo, is that real? They changed album covers for Shakira? That's nuts. Didn't she beat her tax evasion case? I'm pretty sure she did. Because taxation's theft.
not allowed to show skin as a woman like that. And in fact,
I do not know why this is
in some
buffering.
cultures in the Middle East, you're not allowed to show women at all. When you're trying to show a bit of history and showcase a culture from a different time, why not accurately show the
Oh,
realities
the
of
dude,
this
honestly,
culture
it's
in your
always
art?
crazy, the
Especially when-
comparison between what we get in the Saudi stuff. It's nuts. Why is this so glitchy all of a sudden? So I got approval to put a cable jack in my office. I need to go ahead and contact Comcast. I don't know if that'll fix this. This could just be a YouTube thing right now. Oh, thanks, Sonya. Appreciate you. Put a job on that statue and watch journals defend it. Oh my God. Check task manager. Let me take a look here. Then again, the hair and face is better. Yeah, so there can be definite improvements. Like the statue itself might have better detail. But if they're going to do that, then if you're going to improve the statue, why also censor it? Again, it's the stupidest thing. Let me pull this up. No, I mean, everything's fine. I can close a couple things. I don't actually have that much going in the background. Nothing that should be interfering with the stream. I mean, CPU is only at 9%. I don't normally have this problem with YouTube. Could be her video. It could be. Yeah, go figure. The night that I decide we're gonna take it easy and not have to do too much research because I don't have any time, it could be a memory leak in your browser. So what? Can I fix that by refreshing? Can we try that, or just close it out and start get a new tab open, I guess. I don't actually have that many tabs open either, so I could close a few of these. Let me try this. I think it's a YouTube thing, guys, because I'm back on her video now, and it doesn't seem to want to update. Yeah, it's got to be a YouTube thing. Journalists tend to be woke left, so they'll side with Islamists because of toxic empathy. Like, Lloyd, that's been the thing that has always fascinated me about like the whole leftism. Like, I understand that there's nuance when it comes to like specifically a lot of like political issues, ideological things, divides among people with different morals and backgrounds and cultures and whatnot. But how the left has always like defended Islam and Islamists, it's you're talking about the most conservative of religious groups of people, like more conservative than Mormons, and yet you guys want infinite numbers of them here. I just don't understand. Installed a RAM map app on my PC that tracks RAM that ends up being throttled is what's called standby, but ends up slowing things down. Allows me to clear the standby and makes everything faster when it's cleared. Interesting. Queers for Palestine, right? Exactly. Well, yeah, Shift Escape opens the browser test manager. I use that to nuke everything that I don't need. The problem is I don't want to nuke the stream. Let me just see if I got rid of a couple tabs and I refreshed the video. Well, sure, Korean Cowboy, there's a lot of those things.
Culture, you're not allowed to show skin as a woman like that. And in fact, in some cultures in the Middle East, you're not allowed to show women at all.
Well, it seems better now.
When you're trying to show a bit of history and showcase a culture from a different time, why not accurately show the realities of this culture in your art? Especially when the source material already did so and nobody had a problem with it. I don't remember anyone ever speaking about this. That's just it, it's a small thing, and you'll ask me, why do I care about such a small thing? So I'll ask you, why did they care enough to change such a...
And that's the thing, they never have a response to that. Every freaking time that people have this conversation and they go, why do you care? You're a gooner, you have to have a naked statue. It's like, no, the problem is that these are things that actually did exist and have existed for centuries. And all of a sudden they saw it fitting to change it,
small thing. The thing that you're told isn't happening keeps happening. Clearly somebody somewhere cares enough to make these changes.
Somebody somewhere said we can't have
this increased desensitization to depictions of extreme violence in media. Now this might not be directly relevant to Assassin's Creed in this case, but we recently talked about Mortal Kombat. Yep.
The funny thing is this video she did actually got age restricted, I remember. She put something on Twitter about that. But it's like, actually, it kind of goes, she talks a lot about like the Disneyfication of World of Warcraft, the toning down of the sexuality in Mortal Kombat characters, making them ugly, making them more masculine. It all comes from the same place.
Kombat. The outfits of the female fighters are very much on the more conservative, covered up side.
Like, this shit is not Mortal Kombat. Like, I haven't played a Mortal Kombat game in a really long time. If you showed me these skins, these characters, and told me this was Mortal Kombat, and all I could, remember was like the first 10 years as a child that Mortal Kombat was a popular game, there's no way that I would say, sure, yeah, this is Mortal Kombat, 100%. Reason why I didn't glaze Black Flag Resync, I can't believe how people are glazing the graphics when censorship exists. Well, two things can be true. Kanye, the thing is, two things can be true. Well, actually, let's try three things. The game could be fun. There could be parts of the game that are an improvement, and it might look better. But then you also have the Ubisoft side of it. You have the counter to that is, well, you're gonna have to put up with this shit, Black Cat, I don't know, because I haven't touched a Mortal Kombat game in a long time. This is crazy. Like, this is so ugly. Like, holy shit.
Meanwhile, their gory, violent aspect has only been amplified. The latest Mortal Kombat in particular, it's a game that I bought and I finished like the week that it came out. I was so curious about it. Oh my god. The finishing moves are so detailed. They are so extremely graphic and gory. It's actually sickening. And of course, thanks to more detailed and more realistic graphics, they are more explicit. So we're okay with literally tearing female characters apart limb from limb, but God forbid they show a little bit of cleavage.
That's another thing. That's another thing that I don't understand. You can show violence towards female characters like an extreme gory detail, because let's be honest, Mortal Kombat, despite how bad the franchise has apparently become. I don't know. I haven't played it in forever. But all I hear is negative things every time a new Mortal Kombat comes out. Most people aren't happy with X, Y, or Z about it. But you can dismember these characters, male and female both, but you can't have them look sexy, right? Yeah, you can see their insides, but not their outsides. Isn't that a little backwards, a little screwed up? And again, I'm coming at this as somebody who, when people try to use Stellar Blade as a gotcha, I'm like, guys, I didn't love Stellar Blade. Okay, I played it like 3.5 hours. Most of the games I play male characters. I don't play games that are typically considered quote unquote gooner games. Don't care. They don't bother me. Not one bit, but they're not the kind of games I play. So people that try to throw those games at me like I'm some sort of like freak, it's like, you're talking to the wrong person. The fact of the matter is, though, why is one thing okay and the other one's not? You know?
Not in my good Christian neighborhood. I'm not surprised that Black Flag Resynced is overall successful. It's a remake of a really good game. In fact, it's many fans' favorite Assassin's Creed game. Of course it was going to sell, there was never any question about that. And I'll probably try it myself at some point, but I'm not gonna lie, things like this, they do rub me the wrong way. You know, a great thing about all these single-player games that we love so much, like Assassin's Creed or Elder Scrolls, etc., is that although it is a single-player experience, it very much feels like you're not alone in this world. You can feel the presence of the people that crafted this world because of the special attention to detail and deliberate design choices that have a deeper meaning, can make you learn something even about your real-world history, and they are just a raw, genuine expression of art through video games. When you ask AI to generate an image of something, for example, a library, it'll just give you an image and it will put stuff wherever it wants to put stuff. Unless you're super specific with the prompt, but I mean, even then. In the older games that
even then, AI prompts are pretty terrible. We don't talk about looking fighters in those games just like that. Most female characters would be pretty attractive. And see, Mari, and I agree, I'm that person that I will always say, unless there's a reason for them not to be attractive. Yes, your characters should always be as good looking or as heroic or idyllic as you can possibly make them, unless there's a reason for them not to be. Like, again, it would be really weird to have a post-apocalyptic World War III setting where, you know, there's no science fiction. It's just let's say it's an apocalyptic hellhole wasteland, nuclear fallout that we're all living in, and half the characters are running around looking like the characters from Stellar Blade. It wouldn't make any sense. They need to kind of fit the setting that they're in. So while, yes, characters should definitely be attractive when they can be, 100% agree, I'm okay with them not being attractive as long as there's a reason for it. Like, it needs to make sense in the setting.
we love. Every object that you find
exactly,
in the world is placed
yes.
in the exact location
Make them interesting,
that you
for
find
God's
it in
sake.
Because a real person thought to put it there. There was a deliberate action that was taken. There was thought behind the process of putting it there. Even if that thought was something as simple as, this would look really pretty right there. And that's partially why people respond negatively to the idea of AI generating anything for video games, including concept art. Because these supposedly small, insignificant details do matter to people. There are tons of YouTube channels nowadays analyzing tiny details in games that you may have missed. I do this, my whole channel is based on this. Because these tiny, insignificant things are a connection to the creator of the world that you're going through.
Well, and unfortunately, that is kind of that reality of, like, with AI, you don't get that very often, where a lot of times you will get something that looks like it was just chewed up and spit out, and it's supposed to, quote unquote, look like a game. And this is where you see a lot of the guys like the what's his face, Yorch Torch kind of guys, where they'll be like, oh, I made a game in under 3 days with AI, and it's ready to be, you know, shipped in a week, and it'll look like the most, like, nonsensical dog shit thing that you've ever seen in your life, and you go, this looks terrible, nobody would ever spend money on this, but it's AI, right? So it's not supposed to be perfect. It's a template, a tool, or whatever. But yeah, I mean, there is something about that when there's a game that's made from scratch and you know that things were made with intention, every detail put in is for a reason. AI is not quite at that point yet, I don't think. Looks worse than a Flash game from 2006, and he was charging $50 for that thing. Okay, $50. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to make it free. Okay, so the 5 rubes who spent $50 on your game, do they get it for free now? Took him multiple days. Yeah, exactly. Artists don't want AI doing it because AI will do it without a problem, and they'll lose their media. Well, and see, in Black Cat, as the AI gets better, it will be able to replicate to a better, like a more precise degree, what these artists have done traditionally, year after year, day after day, week after week, because it will learn from more and more examples. Every time you input, you feed new data into the AI, it's going to learn. It's going to learn. Thing I appreciate about AI is its honesty. When you drop a simple prompt of image of a woman wearing a hoodie, it often creates something that looks like a bit like Madame Savvy, a real woman. You're right. AI, ironically, will try to make a more appealing, generally objectively attractive person. When you tell it to make you want it to make an example of a specific person doing a specific thing, it won't put somebody that you'd see at your local Walmart in there, A lot of artists are blacklisting based on politics nowadays, the dickheads. I mean, go figure. Hasn't it always been that way?
Of the world that you're going through. So if we know that this matters to people and things like this are just done to pander to a specific group of people or send a message, then it should bother you also. It takes away from the art and meaning behind game design. The design of the actual female characters is actually something.
Empress, if you're here, this is an image I've seen circulating around on Twitter, and a lot of times these things will be AI or over embellished or whatever, over exaggerated, tweaked and photoshopped and stuff. Is this real? I genuinely want to know, are these actual NPCs from the game? Because it's one thing to be like, not all the NPCs in the game need to be attractive. They all need to look like a 10 out of 10, model or something. This here doesn't even look human. Like, what? Is this actually in the game? Because this thing doesn't look like it was even like this. This looks like it was created like there's something wrong here. Bothers me is that there's not much I can do. I'm not buying their games. So it seems like it's not working. Where the wine mom host at? Oh my god.
That was also discussed these days.
It does look like something I haven't
had a chance to dive deeper into that myself. Some of the screenshots looked a little weird and then others were fine. Honestly, I do think that we need to take into account that these things can be a bit subjective.
So, okay, because I also have seen ones where they look better. So I was curious about that. A lot of times you have to be very careful because a lot of times they'll take like this was the argument with like God of War Lao Fei, where people are like, oh, you took like one bad screenshot of her. And it's like, no, every screenshot that I've seen of her, literally, frame by frame from the YouTube videos and stuff for the Lao Fei character, doesn't look good. It's kind of weird. Edward's wife is much more beautiful and she's more important. Those NPCs do appear. Oh, interesting. Okay.
And it's okay that somebody would find some of
they were ugly in the OG.
Would not.
They had
Honestly,
boobs basically out
I
for you to
haven't
see.
yet
They
seen
censored
this
that.
game be
Right.
a big offender.
Well, okay, so I will say, as somebody who has not been to Disneyland, I mean, they changed the ride since I was a kid, but when I was a kid, as young as like maybe 4 or 5 years old, I remember going on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. And there's the part of the animatronics that cycle around, spin around like the pirate chasing the winch, right? And the hose, the winches in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride are always like portly, kind of chubby, not very attractive. Yo, Smash! Hey, welcome in, Raiders. Thanks for the raid, buddy. How was your stream, dude? Smash in the house indeed. La Fei as a wine mom is the best she's ever looked in the trailer. Yeah. So it's not like it's wrong historically to have ugly hookers in a game or in a media, piece of media, because let's be real about something. The kind of women that were hanging out, that were there for sex for these pirates and sailors and stuff, weren't going to be the best looking women. Okay, it kind of makes sense, right? Shows multiple shots of her looking like an old ragged soccer mom. They claim we kept using one image. Dude, for real, it was the same thing over and over and over again. I got so sick and tired, I stopped defending it. I would just link the same tweet back and forth because I'm like, guys, I'm not going to repeat the same thing, 5 times. After Vegas on B. Oh, is that where you were? Dude, I had no idea. Like, I noticed that on Twitter that you, like, I don't know if you were posting less or people were talking about you traveling, and then I noticed, like, you weren't streaming as much, so I had no idea, dude. My life has been insane. I'll fill you in DMs at some point. Like, the last month and a half of my kids doing All-Stars, and we had a car accident this week. It's been insane. But hey, Vegas is fun. I haven't been there since ever. The best hoes were in legitimate port servicing people that actually receive a salary. Oh my god. You're gonna go shoot? Like firing weapons? Oh, you had a dance competition for your niece. Oh, hell yeah, that's awesome. Very cool, man. I was a sailor. We didn't have that problem at all. But Cage, I'm talking like, what is this? 16th, 17th century in the middle of like, you know, the Caribbean. Oh, Glock and 6 Hour. I own neither. I am a Smith & Wesson kind of guy. Gonna feel smashing DMs gay. Hey now. I don't think he swings that way. Me, it's 50-50. All right. But hey, thanks for the raid, Smash. Appreciate you, man. Get some rest, man. Yeah, you too, dude.
In that sense, I thought most of it was fine. Like, Anne Bonny is an example that comes to mind, and while I don't think that she looks bad in the redesign at all.
Anne Bonny is another one that I've seen a lot of examples. People show specific screenshots where her face looks really weird in the new one. And then right here, actually, in the same shot, it looks fine. So I don't know.
It's obvious that there is less of an accent on her chest, or that
Smith
it is
and
smaller.
failure.
And like I said, if this was a male character equivalent, I don't think that they would have toned it down at all. In fact, I think they would have put more of an accent. But even if you don't...
So that's the one thing about Glocks that I recall, is that Glocks, apparently you can shoot those things dirty, never clean them, and they'll still fire. P229, which doesn't randomly shoot. Hang on, Black Hat, let me go back here. Where was this at? See, this one here, I mean, the face is different. I guess if I were to look at it in isolation as a face, if I like covered the top one and looked at this bottom one, I'd say it looks fine. Does it look exactly like her? No. This here, the cleavage thing is funny because we kind of knew that this was going to be a thing. The people have been talking about this for a while now, censoring the cleavage. I need to see video. This is a really grainy ass picture. She looks horrid. I mean, she kind of looks. I'm not gonna say it. And Glocks had the actually have an AK that has lived in the mud its whole life. Oh my god. Good night, Benjamin. Have a good night, buddy. Just a big aura loss with low resolution. You just fill in the blanks when you're close to the reality. Every flaw stands out. I think that's got to be part of it. So again, I mean, guys, this kind of goes back to the Tomb Raider Lara Croft conversation, right? And this is where I hate the straw man, kind of like the gaslighting you get with people going, well, what, you want the triangle boobs? And you go, well, no. The updated version of a Lara Croft from the PS1 days with the triangle boobs is not to have bigger triangle boobs now. It's you create something equivalent to what you had in your imagination back then. I think it's a fair argument to say that filling in the blanks from a 13-year-old game that looked this way back then, people might not interpret her in their brains to look this way in a more updated game, if you will. You know? It does look worse, but she is the only one from the actual characters. Everyone else wears life. So okay, so Anne Bonny is a downgrade Empress. Well, the problem, buddy, is that they never have actually had a job in McDonald's. You're talking a lot of people who have never had a job prior to game dev in their entire life.
Design at all, it's obvious that there is less of an accent on her chest, or that it is smaller. And like I said, if this was a male character equivalent, I don't think that they would have toned it down at all. In fact, I think they would have put more of an accent. But even if you don't focus on specific characters or what somebody does or doesn't find
her lighting or my monitor
things
flickering?
Like
it's flickering on Streamlabs also.
Be enough to raise
That's her
an
lighting,
eyebrow.
okay.
But yeah, those are my thoughts on it for now. After I've played
Thinner
the game,
Chris
we might
Chan.
revisit this particular discussion, but so far seeing this, it's just annoying. And I said that this
Now
was
they
happening...
get to compete with the illegals at Mickey D's. Oh my god. Hey, Truth, how's it going, buddy? Like in the OG, her hair isn't good, her chin's a bit odd, and her eyes aren't the best, but you don't think about it as much compared to just paying attention to her slightly exaggerated expression. Yeah, that's the hard part. It's like yeah. Probably a ceiling fan. It's got to be it. Oh, she is in Ireland, I think. They don't have AC over there. Hey, Makini, how's it going, buddy? She's the only major female character.
A long time ago. I said this way before the Oblivion remaster came out. Some people did get angry at me for saying it, but I turned out to be right. Again, this is erasure, this is censorship, and if they're doing it now in a way that is so predictable and surprising to nobody, what is next? I will be totally unsurprised if we continue seeing things like this, while at the same time seeing an uptick in graphic and explicit depictions of in-game violence. Totally unsurprised. If you enjoyed this,
I think that she's right, but at the same time, I think she's wrong. Because remember, the whole thing with like games like, or places like Collective Shout, where they're trying to ramp down on the amount of acceptable violence. These people might be fine. Let's say the Mortal Kombat studio, right? They're fine having people getting beheaded. They're having their insides ripped out. Their entrails are now their extrails, you know, whatever. So obviously these guys don't care, but they do tone down the sexuality, the attractiveness of the characters. So I do think there are people who are going to be coming after both. I don't think it's just one rather than the other. Did she say she turned out to be white? Who are we talking about? I don't know why they were hemming and hawing. This is blatant BS. They're intentionally fucking this up. Well, Black Cat, I'm just saying that I'm looking at one screenshot. I want to see
really
actual
appreciate it.
videos
As
side by
always,
side.
Shout out to my channel members. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you all in the next video. Be seeing you. Bye.
I haven't played Black Flag since... Okay. Black Flag came out in, what, 2013? I probably played it... Hang on. That's the year my son was born. My first kid. So I haven't played Black Flag since probably, I imagine I played it in like 2015. Okay. So for me, I don't have like a fresh memory of playing this game like it was yesterday. All right. You haven't seen Citizenship until the God of War remake drops. Can't wait for those videos. Forgot when I played Black Flag. I think it was 2021 or earlier. It was before 2021. Yeah, Angelica Tosh is cool. She covers a lot of the same kind of stuff as guys like Legendary Drops, and we're gonna go and watch King Erd's video after this. But yeah, there's a lot of the same stuff. Compete in IDPA. Oh man, that's crazy, Vico. So everything was concealed. P226 was really nice. I honestly, when it comes to like semi-auto pistols, the only thing I have is Smith & Wesson. Now I also have I've got a Ruger, but it's a little 22 caliber. It's a tiny little thing, 10-round magazines. All right, Cage, let me go and disable the ads. Hang on. Apparently, I'm a boomer when it comes to... Hang on, let me see here. Let's just put manual and save, and I will put these on later on. There you go. All right. Oh, censorship. Oh, I'm like reading Citizenship. Dude, I just got done reading Starship Troopers. I'm like, why are we talking about citizenship? That's crazy. Ruger 22 target with the bull barrel is actually really nice. Yeah, mine's a little LR22, I think is the designation for it. I can't remember. I've never fired the damn thing. I've got an ad for Gooder, which makes my inner grammar Nazi cringe. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, that's Mark, whatever it is. Don't think this remake warrants anything other than saying Ubisoft made a cash grab and you probably should ignore it. No, Mari, apparently it's because I turned on the automatic ads before the stream started, and so it's running ads now. But I disabled that, so it shouldn't pop back up again until after the stream's over. I played both games yesterday. The difference is immense. Resynced is so much better, so this whole thing is shifting the focus from what matters more. No, so Mari, I had to just turn it off. It's fine. So because I don't go through and take the time to try to figure out when should I run ads during a stream or a video. I can't be bothered to deal with that. I really don't care. If it's not made for me, I don't have to buy it. Emperor, that's kind of how I feel about a lot of things in life. The easiest thing to not do is to not buy a game if you don't feel like supporting it. And that is like, there are so many games, especially if you're not locked into a console. There are so many games available that you will never have time to play. That if you're not 100% behind something, you don't have to give it your money, you know? That's all I'll say. I'll do the rest of the video making. Fair enough. Fair enough. I know that, dude, I understand that the whole Black Flag thing is going to be very contentious. My take on the entire thing is I don't think the game needed to be remade. Screw Ubisoft. I'm not giving them more of my money. That's where I come from on this. I have no problem with people who want to buy the game for entertainment value, for the member berries, or because they just genuinely thought it looked really good. That's fine. It's really easy. You know, that's my stance on it. For me personally, I don't feel like giving Ubisoft another dime of my money ever again. So I will probably never buy a single Ubisoft game ever, like for the rest of my life. And I loved the initial Assassin's Creed franchise. I mean, up to the point where they killed Ezio, killed Desmond, that story concluded. Assassin's Creed 3 was interesting, but not very entertaining for me personally. And then Unity was so damn boring that was the last one I played. I was done. Ironically, Unity was the one that they started introducing microtransactions in, and I didn't even realize that at the time. I recently got a new laptop and made 2 apps I want to make some very simple games too. I mean, game dev is interesting. There's a lot of people who are starting to get into like the game dev, and it's just, I don't know. I would love to get into that and actually learn how to do that, but I just don't know if I have time. This is where I have to maybe if they die and get reborn into a real studio game, but unlikely. Ubisoft's dead to everyone that cared. Wait till you hear about Assassin's Creed Shadows. As far as like the monetization side of Assassin's Creed Shadows, it's insane. So we have the usual people like K-Med. Nobody wants to share learning the law's posts. And look, I have my own issues with learning the law. A lot of times he'll lie or embellish or just steal content from other people and not give credit. So people are screenshotting him talking about the censorship of the statue. And a lot of people like K-Med in their replies, a lot of people are saying, oh, because you just want to jerk off to a statue, right? So he says the ESRB in 2013 wasn't operating under the same rulebook we have now when Black Flag first launched, and M rating covered a lot without the stricter sub-descriptors or modern content flags. Stuff like suggestive figureheads, heavier innuendo, and looser violence standards slid through without issue. Resynced is dealing with a very different ESRB. Guidelines around sexual content, nudity, violence, framing, and substance use are much stricter, and the board is quicker to slap on extra descriptors that publishers won't. That's why certain things got toned down or out removed. I love that he thinks he knows the answer. Then explain to me how Baldur's Gate 3 exists, okay? If it's an ESRB thing, I don't understand how you can be saying on one hand, well, because ESRB is tightening up standards on X, Y, and Z, when other games that are very flagrantly like explicit exist out there in the ether. Black Flag does not have anything explicit in it, whether it is sexuality, to my knowledge, whether it's like, I don't know if they updated the violence to be much more graphic. I don't know if they added dismemberment like they did with Shadows for Black Flag Resynced. This to me sounds like a lot of cope. This sounds like you're trying to come up with a reason why things aren't the way they are or something. Either we want to create incentives for studios to change or not. K-Med explained, yeah, dude, honestly, K-Med, he's talking out his ass. He is talking out his ass. Christina Tasty says, Ubisoft, you mad lads, you did it. A literal censorship. I mean, that's a great pun right there. My boomer self is getting a good chuckle out of that one. The fuck is vibe coding? You don't know about vibe coding, man? Oh, Cage, I keep forgetting you're a little bit older than I am. As bad as I feel being 40, I think you're slightly more unk than I am. Let's see. Not Akira says, we've reached the point where Western devs are censoring statues. Ubisoft even gave a century-old statue of Modern Bra in the remake. You can't make this shit up. So, again, for everybody who noticed this, and we've been talking about this before, you have the examples of statues from, like, Bethesda's games, from, like, again, the Elder Scrolls remakes. You've got, now, you've got Black Flag Resynced, the, what was this? The Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver remake, where they made the statue, I guess, uglier, made it look like more like a man, like a chimp almost. It looks like a monkey. And initially they found that they had toned down like even the boobs, I think, or the cleavage, the pose that it was sitting in, everything, and they had to patch it or whatever. Vibe coding contributed to the shit show we have in gaming now. I'm 45 and I'm the one that posted that. So you said a lot of people making games these days are learning that while they go through AI vibe coding. Been thinking of trying myself. Yeah, okay, so you're not too old then. You get it.
Presence.
It's the programming equivalent of what we call millennial.
How much you care.
Oh my god.
It is like this tangible thing that you can point to.
Not the
and say,
millennial
hey, man,
writing. No.
I love you. This many
Oh my
dollars
god.
The M rating nowadays is meaningless. It just allows UNCCESSCECARY profanity and blood and gore, but God forbid you allow sexuality or femininity. This is historically accurate, as the topless statue was a sign of good luck.
100%, McKinney. That is the thing. Like, I can't understand. Now, look, you can say you don't want to have certain depictions of women or sexuality in your games. Like, for example, I highly doubt that the new Fable game is going to lean as heavily into, like, for example, you had the whorehouse in Fable 2 or 3, I think it was Fable 2, that had like the bondage chick, you could bang the old lady, Pretty Polly. There was like Hedvig, who was like going to beat you up and all that. Like, there was all sorts of like parody sexual innuendo in the game, right? I highly doubt that they're going to have that in the new Fable game, because they don't want to have it be, what is it, the word exploitative or whatever. They're going to try to like water that down as much as possible. It's bad that we're seeing this in literal statues now. Like, it's one thing to be like, well, we don't want to have harmful depictions of sexual interactions or exploitation in our games and blah, 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 because it could cause real world harm. As much as that's bullshit, at least they might try to make an argument in those kind of situations that is reasonably understandable, even if it's stupid. In this situation, you're talking about a freaking statue. You're talking about literal depictions that have existed for centuries of art. Like, I don't understand. The ESRB and the ESA are just stupidity, right? Exactly. Oh, again, the new Fable. As somebody who loved Fable, I have zero intent, like, desire to ever touch that game. I heard whorehouse and banging chicks. I guess I'll have to subscribe now. Oh my God, Buddy Cassius, I'm talking the old Fable games. You know, the Bordello. And McKinney, thank you for the 20, buddy. Appreciate the hell out of you, man. You were way too generous, man. To be fair, we're talking about video games. Right, and again, with video games, the idea that video games cause real-world harm in any way, shape, or facet, like, at all, has been debunked time and time again. So then it becomes a matter of taste. If you have a certain taste in a video game or a type of game or whatever, and you don't want to see certain things, don't buy that game. It's not up to some indeterminate board of, Karens, essentially, to tell you what you can and can't or should or shouldn't have in your game. It's the craziest thing. Yeah, it's basically erasing and rewriting history, right? Didn't IGN have the... Yes, they had the article on how to screw the bear. Exactly. Yes. 1,000%. Either you want to create an incentive or you don't. That's my stance on any censorship. Yeah. No, Tekla, I got you, man. Sure, Fable, that's the tick. Hey, I was talking about Fable. That's what I was talking about. So, again... This guy here, D's Games, I guess he's a big shot YouTuber or something. He posted this and he's claiming it's a joke. He's claiming it's sarcasm. Although he, again, screenshotted learning the law, didn't quote tweet it, right? Who needs to have sex with a real woman when you can wank over a boat? And I said, this is the most retarded straw man argument I've ever read. And he's like, do I need to introduce you to jokes and sarcasm? Right? So the thing about it is, these people are all saying the same thing. KMed has an exact duplicate post exactly like that, and everyone in those replies is like, oh, these guys are perverts, they have to wank off to a boat, right? Mark Fox says, does this guy think people masturbate to Michelangelo's David? He probably does. He probably thinks people actually do that. D's nuts. Yeah, exactly. By buying or not buying, of course. Yeah, for real, dude. 100%. And yes, Lloyd, it is always the straw man argument, and then they can like revert to, oh, it was a joke, it was sarcasm. It's always the same shit with these guys. It's always gaslighting. Again, going back to the point, the post that she had in her video, it's insane that the Black Flag remake is more censored than a family game like Animal Crossing. Western studios just keep humiliating themselves. Isn't it wild? It is mind-blowing that one of these things can exist in a E for Everyone video game on Nintendo's platform, but this has to be censored for an M-rated game. It's fascinating to me. Okay, here you go. Black Cat talking about Anne Bonny. Yeah. This is a much better, like, high-resolution image on the right here. I can see that. And the censorship part of it's obvious, the cleavage, the reduction of the possible sexuality of the character, 100%. Imagine if we push them into stating, I don't take my kids to museums, kids should be buying... The Venus de Milo statue is looking pretty good right now. Exactly. 100%, man. Oh, my God. This is why most people are celebrating purges and mass layoffs in the industry. Most normal people recognize activism and the psyop of turning fictional women into androgynous men. If it's not the strict downgrades, it's straight up the double standards of sex appeal and or pushing testosterone-infused women. When a gaming journalist attempts to gaslight you for having actual standards, remind them that you have the power to dictate whether their friends stay employed or not. That's a pretty good post from Polish Tamales right there. Amputee fetish. Oh my God. See... I was always curious about that as a kid because I didn't quite understand, why do all these women, these statues of naked women, why do they all have like arms missing? Like, was that a thing back then? And then you learn as you get older, well, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, the statues, the arms just fell off over time. They weren't originally made without arms. She looks a little frumpy, kind of like what some would call office hot, who's only hot because she's the most normal looking chick in the office. Yeah, I could see that. And definitely you don't get that vibe from this image on the left. I'm telling you, Black Cat, I'm not trying to sweep this under the rug. I have no desire to play this game. I'm not buying it. I have zero desire to give Ubisoft my money. I just haven't played it in so long that I need to see like actual video footage side by side from the original character and the newer one. Really funny that all these game developers, they stress so much about like having pores on the nose and all the dimples and the hair graphics and all that. Her hair looks greasy as shit right here. This doesn't really look very good. Those same exact people actually support drag queens in elementary schools, flashing everything. Yeah, double standard. Well, that's a whole nother, just even worse, disgusting ball of wax. Like, yuck. A lot of his destruction by soldiers and so on's barbarians. What are we talking about, Tekla? Now I'm lost, dude. So, okay. Here's the funniest part. Talking about the actual monetization in Black Flag. Going back to this post here by Rock Solid, he says $85 worth of DLC, and you can call it microtransactions, cosmetics, optional cosmetics, whatever. We can completely remove the word DLC if that makes everyone happy, right? We'll call it cosmetics. Look, those exist in 90% of multiplayer, actually probably 100% of multiplayer online games, and 50% of the single-player games made by AAA developers these days. Optional cosmetics are apparently the thing, same with battle passes, season passes, all that shit, right? They all exist. That being said, it doesn't mean that when you compare the original Assassin's Creed games, like go back to Brotherhood. Brotherhood had no microtransactions. Brotherhood was a complete game. Brotherhood I have on disc. I can put Brotherhood into my Xbox right now and play it completely the way it was intended to be played. Does not have to be connected to the internet. All the skins, the cosmetics, the dyes, all the optional costumes that I have unlocked, I unlocked through playing the game. It didn't cost me an extra dime. And I bought the game used from a used game store. Basically, everything amazing about a physical disc, you can point to the original Assassin's Creed games, the earlier games that I was able to pick up all of them used at GameStop. And those are the exact point they were trying to make with the whole physical versus digital media thing. Compare that to what we have now, a disc that isn't a complete game that requires the internet to download to fix the game, to patch it day one, all these bugs they have to fix. It's all the same shit over and over again. Brotherhood is the, no, that's Assassin's Creed 3. Brotherhood is the, I believe, the third, sorry, Revelations is the third of the Ezio trilogy, right? So, am I getting, Brotherhood's the second Ezio game? Karl Marx. Meanwhile, in Pal World, none of that crap is there. That's why Pal World is doing so well. So your original Assassin's Creed is Altair, right? And then it moves on to the Ezio trilogy. But for me, Brotherhood was like my absolute favorite. I loved Brotherhood. I didn't love when they killed Ezio. I didn't like playing Ezio as an old man. For me, that was depressing. So here it says $85 worth of DLC, day one. Even if you buy the deluxe edition for $80, runs like shit. I don't think it runs like shit for everybody. But there are people that have problems with the game. Like they said, cutscenes capped at 30 FPS. That's an actual thing that they had to address. Mandatory Ubisoft Connect. In-game ads in form of small pop-ups during gameplay to purchase cosmetics. This is something that people have mixed stories on about how often they see these pop-ups, if at all. Free pseudo battle pass progression system. Why is there a battle pass in a single-player game? I want to know. Less weapon variety than the original. Previously mentioned DLCs have OP weapons which trivialize the game, making it pay to win. All right, so the pay to win thing has rubbed some people the wrong way, calling this game pay to win. So this guy, Dark Souls Enjoyer here, says, pay to win, single player game, my brother in Christ. The purchase is optional. It's not like you are being outperformed by other players with better gear. Pay to win is a valid complaint only in multiplayer games. If you go back to this article from Paul Tassi, from 2017, and Paul Tassi is like one of the biggest dick writers for pretty much all of AAA gaming as a whole, right? It pains Paul Tassi to have to put out bad news about AAA gaming. He literally refers to the microtransactions in Assassin's Creed Origins as pay to win, okay? He says, for me, I think Assassin's Creed Origins is a game that strikes the right balance between offering crap you can pay for and not shoving it in your face, even if it's very clearly pay to win. Here's what I mean. On the surface, ACO's Assassin's Creed Origins microtransactions are hilariously broad. They range from in-game gold to revealing the location of map icons to outfits to mount to actual legendary weapons. So while you can technically buy gold to gamble with the game's singular loot box, you can also just flat out buy legendary weapons outright, which makes that pointless. ACO actually put things like map icons, crafting materials, and skill points in a category called time savers, implying you can pay to skip grinding out XP or hunting wild crocodiles for their skins. If you remember, there was one of these things that they did, I believe, with Valhalla, where they slowed down your progression and then they gave you a optional ability to increase your progression by buying experience boosters for, again, a single player game, right? Same shit. Let's see here. My favorite AC game was Warrior Within. Dude, let me see real quicker. Hang on. No, wrong one. It's Witcher 3. Warrior Within is one of my recurring screensavers that pops up on the back of my screen. Dude, I love that game so much. That's the game that I never had listened to Godsmack before that game, and that turned me on to Godsmack. Not being able to assassinate Marks was a huge missed opportunity. When I was testing AC Odyssey, they gave me $100 to spend on the pay-to-win shop. Damn. Yeah, how much of a shield do you need to be to excuse microtransactions in a single-player game? So they did that with Odyssey first? Okay, so I only heard about it as much with Valhalla. It seemed like Valhalla was apparently more grindy, according to some people. When I was reading up on Valhalla, when I was first starting to make like YouTube videos, a lot of people complained about it being more grindy than other Assassin's Creed games, so I don't know. Let me see here. It says, if this was 15 to 20 years ago, it's easy to see how instantly getting skill points or revealing secrets or immediately getting the best gear in the game could have been some sort of up, down, left, right, start cheat code. But here in present day, these items are being sold instead. Well, of course they are. If you're still of the opinion that $60 games should never sell microtransactions for any reason, I guess the conversation ends here. But the point I want to make about how ACO is doing this right has to do with what these items are and how they're presented in the game. Oh my god. Valhalla was very grindy towards the mid-in game. I was 14 and very impressionable. What are we talking about? Oh my god. Oh, you're talking about Warrior Within? Dude, I love that game. I love that game. And then they fucked it up with Twin Princes. What was the name of that third game? I beat it one time and I'm like, this game sucks. Common thread running through games like Battlefront 2 and Shadow of War is not just that loot boxes exist there, but that these loot box systems were directly linked to core gameplay. I don't remember buying a single loot box in Shadow of War, but now that I think about it, I do remember that they were there, which is really weird. Two Thrones, thank you. Valhalla's biggest issue is the length, 80 hours. Oof, 80 hours for the story? That's insane. But you get the point. You can make the argument, optional microtransactions, optional cosmetics, you don't have to buy any of it. But if they're intentionally, for years now, creating a game that they have basically toned down the time that it takes to level up to get to where you need to get in the game where you can actually, progress further. And then they basically create a problem and sell you the solution with the microtransactions, right? That's complete bullshit. Yeah, dude, Two Thrones was terrible. Okay, so here's some of these screenshots. Again, Learning the Law has this one. Says, here's Assassin's Creed's Black Flag Resynced with its new diversity NPC additions for the Ubisoft cocaine addicts who will happily play every remake slop on Earth. Will the fan says, OG Oblivion look better? Oh my god. Evolution of female video game protagonists. Oh my god. Oh my god. Games like Valhalla are grinded to give you incentive. Shadow of War was filled with the loot box thing. They even had an orc rubbing his hands on the loot box purchase screen that was mocked to hell at the time. Yeah, I remember when Shadow of War, when I played that one, I had kids, and my twins were probably really young. So I definitely enjoyed Shadow of Mordor a lot more than Shadow of War. Shadow of War, I'm like, I'm just going to get through this to the end. Shadow of Mordor was definitely way better than War. Create a problem, then charge to fix it. Exactly, Cage. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, truth, I hate microtransactions too, but there are times where I can look at it and go, okay, look at a game like Warframe, Fortnite, all the free games. The article on Discord, yeah, I can send it to you. I'll hang on a second. Let me pull this up here. Let me just grab Discord real quick. I'll just shoot it to you right now. Because I know if I wait and do it later, I will not remember. Because my brain is like jello right now. All right, it is on the way to you on Discord. All right, Makini, have a good night, buddy. Also, put the specific image in the meme channel, please. All right, since I have Discord pull up, I'll go ahead and grab that. Oh my god. I'll just share the link over there on the meme channel. Let me see, where is that at? I've left a lot of Discord channels. Luckily, it's a lot easier to navigate now. At one point, I was in like 15 different Discords, and I didn't use any of them. It was so annoying. That's what the incentive is. I can save my time by buying shit. But that's the thing. It's like, okay, is that obviously it's greedy. There's no question about that. It's greedy, blood-sucking, bloodthirsty, monetization practices by a scummy company. But at some point, is that also just bad game development? Like, are we talking like, is intentionally, like they intentionally designed it to be a slow leveling process, or they just screwed it up? Like, at some point, is it incompetence or is it pure malice? With the Ubisoft, I'm going to go towards malice. I'm going to lean on that side and say it's obviously, it's not a bug, it's a feature. Oh my god, DB, that's way too many. Yeah, Cage, I have never felt better than when I got rid of like all the Discords that I was part of. I mean, one of them's like, one person invites you and they've only got 3 people in there, and it's like, okay, well, I feel bad if I'd leave. But like, I'm in Mari's, I'm in mine, I'm in, I can't think of anybody other YouTuber that I'm in. I think just mine and Mari's, and that's it. Full price games should not have any. Okay, but truth, let's take that even further. What is a full price game? And then is it a complete game? So for example, going back to my previous point about games like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and the amount of cosmetic options that existed, like, let me pull this up. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. What I remember from Assassin's Creed Brotherhood was I loved the drip in that game. I loved the cosmetics in that game, and they were all part of the game. They were all unlocked by playing the game, right? This right here, God, this was awesome. I'm gonna have to move myself out of the way. Let me see here. Like, hang on, let me grab this. I don't know how I did that. That's crazy. This outfit here, this color scheme alone is so cool, right? And that was part of the Brotherhood was an amazing game, had a lot of fun features, and the story was awesome. The whole Ezio thing is the best. But just the cosmetics in this game. And you didn't have to pay extra for them. They were just part of the game that you would unlock as you played it. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, so you have complete game, you have full price game, you have game with DLC, or you have deluxe edition of a game. At some point, like when do you just get a complete game that doesn't require the internet to connect to, that doesn't require a patch to fix everything they fucked up? Like, at some point, are we ever going to have this ever again where a single player game is just made complete from scratch, doesn't require a ton of things to fix? I don't know, man. And I feel like going away from physical discs is what's really causing a lot of this too. How about DSP's Discord? Oh my god. You were nearly 100? That's insane. So you can have how many I have? Oh my god. Unless the internet shuts down. If the internet shuts down, I'm going to get really, really tired. Really bored really fast. Crimson Desert? Commercial when the dude called something and his wife goes, babe, you're 40. Hey, you know what? Now that I'm 40, that actually hits different. Never getting that back, just stop buying. Right. I mean, to be fair, a lot of the games I play don't have those in them. I mean, I don't think Valheim, game I put hundreds of hours into, had any microtransactions. I haven't been on there in a few months. I don't know if they added that or not. The 3 other Discord ones are my online friends. Oh, Angels, appreciate that. Well, I mean, I like to keep my Discord pretty chill, not too like, we've got some cool people in there. I know it's not like the busiest Discord ever, but I think I've got some solid people in my Discord. Everyone seems to be pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm having like FOMO nostalgia. A lot of people are talking about how they want Ubisoft to remake the Ezio trilogy now. I can't stomach the thought of them remaking the Ezio trilogy. Like, I really don't want them doing that. Like, please just don't. Please no more. I can't even consider that, you know. Reward good devs then? I'm trying to, man. I'm trying to give good devs my money. I'm considering buying Power World. I'm not even kidding. And I don't know that I'll ever have time to play it. Like, for real. But it's on sale right now. Version 1.0 is out. I mean, look at this. This how crazy this is, guys. Power World right now has got like 500,000 people playing the game just on Steam alone. Oh, Empress, I'm not saying that there's not. I'm not saying that there isn't. It's just, when the amount of optional cosmetics that should just be part of a complete game in the first place are combined more than the cost of the initial game, there's a problem there, you know? Right, DB, that's kind of what I'm looking at, dude. That's exactly what I'm thinking about. Well, I know it's on Game Pass, but at some point it won't be, dude. To get a feel for it, you know, Wise Ass, I've played Pal World before. I played it on Game Pass, like Cage pointed out that it's on there. I don't know. It's just another, like, okay, let me, for anybody who hasn't seen Enshrouded, I was saying earlier, I can't tell if I love or hate Enshrouded. I played it, and again, transparency. I got a free copy of Enshrouded through Keymailer, right? I have never once glazed a single game that I got for free if I didn't genuinely like the game. I don't know how I feel about Enshrouded. I really don't. Because it's a game that resembles so many other games that I've played. And in some ways, it's more fun, and in some ways, I hate it. Like, I genuinely cannot decide how I feel about this game. You know? I'm the same way. I'm 50 on Enshrouded. There are parts of it I love, and there are parts of it I hate. You know, on Discord, I referred to it. This is where I had to try to get my shit back because I couldn't get to where my stuff was. Eventually, I made a pickaxe and figured out I could just dig my way down. Okay, talking about something I love. The ability, so right here, my stuff was on a ledge where I couldn't get to it. I was trying to build to get down to it to recover my stuff from when I died. I took a pickaxe and I just dug my way down. I'm like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go all the way down here to where my dead body is, and we're just going to dig my way down there and get my stuff. That's cool. Then I went and built my house, cut down some more lumber, did the usual thing, expanded my house. My house doesn't even look like that anymore. It's completely different. I don't know. It's if you dumb down parts of Valheim, but kind of kept the same vibe, but it looks more like Power World. Power World to me is the non-shit version of Ark Survivor. Everything actually works and doesn't need 1,000 mods to work. Enshrouded is closer to that of what Minecraft 2.0 would be like. What'd you say, Vernon? I hate Enshrouded, but I want to love it. It's just that their DX12 implementation makes the game unplayable for me. Enshrouded, even if I set the graphics to look like a Play-Doh world, it still lags. Dragon's Dogma 2 is not one that I actually played. That's the thing, too. I haven't actually played Dragon's Dogma. So let me boot up for a second. I'm not going to play a game tonight. It's already way too late. I want to boot up Enshrouded. Since we're talking about it anyways, I want to boot it up with the stream going and see how it runs. I turned everything down to like not quality but performance mode, and so some things are turned down low, some things are high. I mean, it looks fine to me. Where is that at? Oh, there's no shortcut for it. I'm just curious how it runs with the stream going, because it's interesting. It seemed to run just fine on my computer. Dude, I already played it for 3.5 hours. I played it longer than I thought I did. It's really built around a group to play with. A lot of these games aren't great for solo players. I mean, dude, I all the time I spent on Valheim was solo. Like, I get it. It's not optimal, but at the same time, I just typically play by myself, you know? Let me see here. Where was this at? My world. Play. It is brutal for solo, but I mean, so far, I'm most of the way through the game. Got a lot of patience grinding. I'm dogmatic when it comes to, like, if I die and I want my shit back, I will grind as hard as I have to get it back. I mean, this seems to be running just fine. So as far as like the actual quality of the game goes, it seems to run like really well. I haven't had frame droppage, I haven't had stuttering. The game's been really, really, I don't know. The only problem I have with it is I don't know how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Go play Dune? I don't think so, man. Points in the game that really require at least 2 more people to complete unless you level way beyond that point. We talking Enshrouded or Valheim? I don't know. I mean, I'm just now, like I said, I'm 3 hours in. I'm just messing around with the game. But I found myself last night, I'm just sitting here going, I don't hate it. I'm not loving it. There's something about the experience that feels kind of off. But I sunk 3 hours in without even thinking about it. So is that a sign of a good game? If, despite not knowing how you feel about it, you can literally sink that much time into it. The character looks doofy. The characters look like crap, man. The characters look genuinely awful. They look like midgets. And I don't know if there's a point in the game where you level up like old school Final Fantasy and your character doubles in size. Or if it's just, I don't know. This is remake slop. Keep at it. They look like hobbits. That's exactly it. All these survival craft games, I have a core group of guys I've been gaming with for 10 to 20 years. The sign of dementia? Oh my god. Kind of like Return to Moria, Lord of the Rings dwarf survival game. It's great at a certain point when it's clear that you need a team to get beyond it. Don't ask questions, eat the slop. The thing is, this isn't a, like, AAA slop kind of game. Alright, Empress, no worries. I will probably send everybody your way, because I'll be done here in a minute. Yo, I haven't tested out my, my glider to see how far I can glide. Let me check this out. That actually works pretty well. This is where I'm like, this is kind of like Pal World meets Valheim. Ubisoft has no creativity left, all remakes all the time. Yeah, well, like I said, unfortunately, that's like all of Hollywood these days, it seems. It seems like everybody is all about remakes, remasters, sequels, prequels. Nobody wants to actually start from scratch with a new idea. Well, see, for me, it's not that I don't like the game. It's such, there's things about it I find annoying and things about it I don't know. But like I said, despite not liking the look of the game, not liking the way the character looks, I find myself just wasting countless hours playing this game now. So it's tough. I don't know. No worries, Cage. I'm going to do the same thing in a minute. Why do you compare it to Pal World when there are no pals or monsters? Because it looks like Pal World. To me, it feels like Pal World. Having played Pal World, it doesn't look like Valheim. It looks goofy, like Pal World. So I said, it looks like Palheim. Now, are there pals in the game? I don't know. LD was glazed in this game? I mean, I don't think it's a bad game. Like I said, there's parts of it that I really enjoy so far. It's just tough because every minute that I spend in this game, I'm telling myself I should be playing Valheim. I should be playing something else. Pal World has slavery and guns. Scavenger bonfire. I don't think I've been here before. No, I'll tell you something cool about this game. Everything is destructible. Like, legit, you can blow basically everything up. I'm pretty sure everything breaks. In fact, where's my pickaxe at? 5. So you can basically alter the environment, I believe, everywhere. Maybe not in a cave. Let me try to just dig straight down. Yeah, it looks like you can. Yep. Now, I don't know how true that is. Like, I don't know what the bedrock level is for, like, you know, compared to Minecraft. I do like the fact that you can basically destroy whatever. That is pretty cool. You can't see the resemblance to Pal World? Oh my god, it looks like Pal World to me. Okay, I didn't say it was a clone of Pal World. I said it was like Valheim and Pal World had a baby. With the way the goofy character looks, you don't see it? Has a more childish look, and that's where I'm thinking Pal World, dude. I don't like the way that his limbs move like a me. I'm not, like I said, there are things about the game I don't like. And there are also things about it that I think I could probably spend countless hours just wasting time on, not realizing how much time I've spent. What location was I trying to reach? Anyways. Yeah, No Man's Sky is one that I think I will probably never pick up, despite the fact that the game is... I mean, the dev has done so much to fix the game. I didn't want to do that. Hang on. I can't devote more time to another game. Can we mine this? Backpack full. Kind of turns me off a bit. It's the weird proportions of the characters. It's strange. It's really strange. It looks weird. Alright, so guys, I'm going to get the stream set up to go over and send you over to Empress in a minute here. I had other stuff I wanted to go over with the Ubisoft thing. There was another video I wanted to pull up that was actually a really good video I watched, talking more about the problems with the Ubisoft monetization, the scummy behavior of Ubisoft and all that, but we'll probably just leave that there for now. Because I do have, my daughter has her All-Stars Championship for District tomorrow, and then we got to go for State when she wins that, so gonna be busy still for a while. No Man's Sky is still a buggy mess, but an enjoyable buggy mess. Put like 600 hours into that thing, and I'm afraid to reinstall it again. Oh my god, dude, that's insane. That is nuts. I don't know, John. It is crazy. It is weird. Like, I know Empress is having a good time with the game, and I know Kata and, Veridark, a bunch of other YouTubers are playing it. Not just for the shits and giggles, not just for the lulz. A lot of people are genuinely enjoying the game, which is fine. Like I said, I don't care that people are having fun with it. I don't care if people are enjoying it. People are going to spend their money on what they feel like is entertainment for them. The issue I have is if we all care, or say you care about, like, the whole digital ownership thing, predatory monetization, bad business practices, all those things, and then you turn around and you hand them your $60 for a game, that's not a complete game. That's unfortunately encouraging bad behavior, you know? I wanted to play No Man's Sky when it first teased, then it was a PS exclusive. Yeah, I didn't realize it was a PS exclusive at the time, but... Alright guys, I'm gonna hit the hay. Thank you all, appreciate it. It's been a good one, even though I didn't have anything put together, like, up until the stream started, so... I'm going to get some sleep. We will be back Wednesday. I have no idea if I'll have videos between now and then, but I'll try to be back Wednesday. Maybe we'll play some of this Enshrouded game. Let you guys kind of form your own opinion on it. I don't know. I don't know, John, because there's not, like, really, like, very many, like, awful, cringe, horrible, woke, dog shit games that are out there right now that I think need to be covered. And otherwise, it would just be a chill, having fun stream, which... Watched way too many King Erd. Oh my god. Dude, that was the video I was going to talk about, man. But, yeah. No, I like King Erd. Good video. Good YouTuber. Alright, guys. Be safe. I'm going to get some sleep. Go drop in, say hi to Empress. Make sure to leave a like on her stream. I'm going to get out of here. Nighterd.